Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review.
Because I know there's so many young. I was depressed, actually. I know many of you didn't see me cry. When Auntie Bobia said I was going to say something, I wanted to tell you, because I know there's so many young people here, that you need to be extremely careful of the choices you make today. I was going to tell you this last year, and I didn't say it. But then I'll be doing you a lot of disservice if I don't say it this year. So let me repeat it. That there are so many young ones here. You are mostly in the university. So please, be extremely careful and picky of the decisions you make while you're young. I'm not old. I'm still young, but I'm older than many of you here. And I am repeating again that be extremely careful about the decisions you make. Because 6, 7, 5, 3, 2 years later, they'll come back and bite you really hard in the face. And that's exactly what happened to me last year. And I didn't finish my Thanksgiving sermon. But this woman, in my period of, I was depressed, actually. I know many of you didn't see me cry, which will never happen. But she did. And I was in my house, that day, and then she came and she said, let's go and buy ice cream. And I wasn't talking to anyone, but she came to pick me up, took me to Osu. And I was trying to wear a cap, I remember. And she said, why? Why do you want to hide your face? Let's go. She bought me ice cream, a big cup of ice cream, and said, you today eat all the ice cream you can. And we took another long drive. We almost went to Ebri. But we never made it to Ebri, but she said she was going to take me for lunch. I was depressed, actually. I know many of you didn't see me cry. When Auntie Bobia said I was going to say something, I wanted to tell you, because I know there's so many young people here, that you need to be extremely careful of the choices you make today. I was going to tell you this last year, and I didn't say it. But then I'll be doing you a lot of disservice if I don't say it this year. So let me repeat it. That there are so many young ones here. You are mostly in the university. So please, be extremely careful and picky of the decisions you make while you're young. I'm not old. I'm still young, but I'm older than many of you here. And I am repeating again that be extremely careful about the decisions you make. Because 6, 7, 5, 3, 2 years later, they'll come back and bite you really hard in the face.
They will come back and bite you really hard in the face. Eni amutie eyesewame here. Etie for me mama kwa basronko ediba entertainment review. So 21 minutes after 3 meeting the MCI aboa and the 18th of January 2025. And then memineda wonu say edu memineda sa time media na entertainment review and komo and ye de eba enyema echegu social issues, entertainment issues, industry conversations and ye baba be bobo mu na ye nsoso yachre yadwe mapamfo aye krado Socrates safo agine kunya saso na eye tili ekua nipa and so atna say afin so the big man yaw and so aje nekoya eni amidi kind boy ye me sure say na otwin social media ne so what say etwegu various media platforms yenua ba say wa ami here obekai last year and infoni bi ebetodwa which was a very difficult time for her. Senya wa describe ewo eye eni a wutie mu. And for ni betu dwa yesi abrante bi a friend Henry Fitz and na woni se wa me here sa time no na ne kanchema no and then yemfoni bi ni ne bi omutwitwa wo dem anka hu hia ensem fata se ba beto abonten no all of a sudden you hu se aba beto dwa asem ne koba ne se ase obi ene blackmailing no se bibia waye twem many years ago and afei wo masai e de aba beto dwa asemi ko police station see invite abranti Harry Fitz to na no akosi ye hu de no so ekosi. But I think say abrabo mu no obi biara ene nia ofema experience a wonya no nia wode ye me share comments be bria etwegu social media ne so I see a lot of people applauding Sewa me here for being bold to confront such an experience and also being bold to use her experience to encourage other people. Eyana mpempin in sembi sana ema edi efin ebe nipa hono. Eyana bedwemu bebre no yen sheda nsanka, but it was so admirable to watch. Comments bebre fi social media ba was applauding her. Why ya dear, at least she's bold enough to tell her story, to encourage people, and really and sema waka aba ewo mu pa mabeja for aye krado omo ha last year asemi si ye betena ha doso mu a etre ya adwen won se sei no se we nso aba be kanwa ne kwan so ano no se no nso so no ye beba na ya tre ya adwen won se ya basobode ni a obi biara adwen bia no no so e de atodwa Tilly, una ayo ba ma me fa won hyesa nkomo we ase. I believe very well say you know the genesis of this story.
Yes, I mean we were so loud that you have to know the genesis of the story. But since this is newest development, because I said ya can footwear between ya two we did one ya did one in ya pay future ya the am kwa sober. But I think say per audio now boy the only thing I made to me I can say to me I am say she's been able to bounce back because and some say some most of this scene now when the issue happened Bema can home or back can home but as some ba as oba ne kwa na wakodi bone Bible mu yakwache so oba ne obi ekunu adultery so yakwa oba ne pro meanwhile a 2-man job but ya why oba ne pe na yakwa na bo ekosi na bo. Same for this issue when it came say one me here Bema ware for no funny ide chi no ne wedding e die no your man more piafo and oba no so I am the pass say otimi bounce back and that is the most important thing because some of us ebia adena wo ye no ebia na eheda anye hu sa but ababonten public opinion has gone against you drastically. What do you do next? And you know share your character as a person. And to me, the Sawame here I have seen over the period after Sasem we see how she went on her lowest and then finally coming to say at the time I'm not work for no onya obi so on and sano and one here in the moment where we are at our lowest at least we'll have somebody that will say above everything we are human beings that can make mistake or more and so some could ice cream. That is all it is. And I'm very glad that she has bounced back and I'm very glad that she had sympathetic people in her life. Whether any boss or any chuma and our brands or money near chuma because this thing could have gone another way. It wouldn't have been nice for her at all. But Sewami is still back in the Sewami here that we know or the TV so chuma or host some of the biggest events. Ewo Ghana ha essentially a brand ambassador for some of the biggest brands and I understand say she's a star and there was a bit of disappointment but she's also a human being and I am hoping that one day if Yehun people will not let our lives will go down the drain because of one mistake but they'll be sympathetic to us and say above everything we are human beings and how yensu be peja yeti ejina ni pemu aye adwuma no I twas so atwa brabos no echre nipa cry as human beings, and to me I think it's very commendable how she's out there putting herself out there in spite of everything, being the Sewame here we know and in here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Branko monime.
Or go through that phase no. With me evolve because you microphobia attempt to say to I'm carriers net me and bounce back. And sometimes we go through situations here and ultimately can hear because nanka I'm happy say ya nanka futo na o man nanka enter chain to say the way you nim the way is no. Hopefully o to omufo no so. No so still o to na hofo because once I won kwande there chances so bet me repeat two mistakes.
Yeah.
You who pisse o to nkola na fo no so e to no hofo sana another scandal bi amba. A photo there but minim so say a photo so sakra nipa but hopefully maybe back one am you know e beti no ma show ma brabo mu ye.
Okay, so great.
Well, Councillor Niansi.
And then Gaba say your best friend. Your best friend will
and then Median can see the time now my councillor say to me friend because this is his space. Me I don't qualify to say me too before because me I know me correct me papa biasa. But you see Socrates the philosopher Greek or no can be say or say by all means marry. If you get a good wife, you will be happy. If you get a bad one, you will become a philosopher. Intino unhu na wako bibi mu na o kasa so tina se e woni awakom. Inti ni oka ye ni nyina me feel say it's in order. The youth no more ho no so mo betie die e no die.
I mean, recently, I don't know any of you say one video na circulated social media of I think Antenna interview where or interview girl be a lady ne say ne partner no ne no hon so ne ye bibi na so o man record dia on penny. Yeah, one who's a video.
Obema nimpe.
Aye, Obema nimpe. And Antenna Busani said Obema nimpe just see the be to me jai so jai na onye binye. I'm surprised you guys have not seen that video.
Oh, I've seen it.
You've seen that video. So this is similar to a football man because years ago ebi ananko nim say oba be ye nese wa me here ebianka why indulging in such activities.
But you see, I think say what me here conversation has made it seem like anything, the only thing that can disgrace you is sexting.
No. It goes beyond that.
Wow, fear in your own comfort. When you're born, somebody can video you in a way that is very inappropriate and still disgrace you in that way. But now, when you're born, who some song who to baby, but not be at the next and say, oh, but you crash a washroom. Now, my 4 baby, baby, a mutual selfie. When our main artist will feature video next. So now,
yeah.
Who
can send me a hand saying, somebody me da or say the okay, baby about morality if you have the until you have the funds.
May say, hey, Mekai, may say, until you have the money to live the life you want, don't judge. I forgot.
No, until you have the funds to take care of your challenges.
No. Until you have the funds to sponsor your desires, so then don't judge people who are living it. Bibisa
on morality.
Yeah. Good. Don't judge people who are something like that. I forgot.
And that's that is one of the most sensible things our kapa since I'm here.
So great.
And I will
take that as a compliment.
Yeah. And I take media to me kuto biomu. So what me here? Meti Hansi and make I commend her for taking the trouble to use her life to educate youth no. Me commend no nti no mo bia can be we chire engense me. But maybe some who say so asem na okoye no ade no okoye no esi time ben before okoye no na ohun amfo de bebre no ohun bi we hu bebre ni bebre sisi saa amono a ebia watena se ahwe bia akondeme enti me ka kire wo se omo ti ho na asem no ne omo ka no omo mfa because ono wa mfa bebre to amanfo no hu ye no wono amfa eduru ne so no when he saw the benefits she saw the benefits yeah yi phone no so for you know no crampo who say no show camera nim
another chief phone call
no show camera nim because she was looking at the benefits ebia the challenges bi owo no no hwe ne be free mu ba no na sem na wo kan ye no.
Until you have money to finance your temptations, don't brag about morals.
Thank you. Don't brag about morals. Inti no mfa na esin ko de ka ho mo because ye misa ne said di intira ono allow ne ho in the first place to even get involved with that man, and then secondly to even allow herself to be filmed. At that time she was looking at the benefits. Inti no.
So are you saying say ni awakin say if to say my working?
Oh, Mechiao say my commending for taking
no, you've commended her
life,
but I'm saying say are you saying say and then my former ban almost fell foot away because they will be eyeing the benefits that comes with whatever circumstance almost finding yourself in.
Omonfa here my mention ade bi e koso wo Gamashi area mo and I'm not exaggerating. The young girls na ho no omo ni adwuma bia omo ye bebre nso eye sebi nisi bebre enyo omo nyina o bebre ye a bit lazy say omo mpe adwuma enti no what say omo pesca what are they doing omo tususu omo friend cash out na ebi wo ho a every day no obeto 20 cedis ana 30 cedis every day.
A group of people.
A group of people but together. Onye jume bia but every day they say or two sasusu because what target is say be at the end of the round no or no benya let's say be a 4,000 be na 5,000 be no their socket no. Onye jume bia until the end of be obenya sa 30 cedis and now 40 cedis be a 20 cedis a day no. I was say one guys no onya boyfriends are or be train free omo. Until they are forced to satisfy that, and one person one person cannot give you that money every day.
So how many people then would you because of 30 Ghana cedis?
Yeah, and America no real. Don't doubt me. Real happen. Until these girls are forced. No be ho two susu no be mienu miensa. Yeah.
So be a 5 cedi cry.
Yeah, or two soon be mienu ana miensa.
I'm just
and this is what is going on over there. Real life in America no. It's happening in most of the tertiary institutions.
Yeah.
Most of the tertiary institutions, these young girls, omu nya dwuma bia o, omu tu susu. Enti e hifa no benye sika no. And sometimes no.
We are not saying that to say bia wo tu susu na eboni.
No, but say wo ye dwuma bia and na wo to susu na yes wo be iska ni bi na wo dia to susu for yi no mo ba mokola me ma me no mokola no mo to susu da bia susu for no ba mo kita mo bag na o mo kita
yankasa me wi school na me jiji susu
no jiji
ejuma na me ye no
fine
yeah
enti no ubonso nipa na ye adwuma na o to susu na ye fine but when mo nya adwuma bia o o mo nya adwuma bia nso o mo to susu bisa say hinfa na o mo nya ska no sometimes no o ya within a week no bia ubetu abe 140 within in a week.
Yeah.
So when simientu ya daily na oboa no 140 a week. Inti bisa say a week ni be so na infa no benya 140 na free. So ko guy bi ho. 140 in this economy for some of these young guys na nye small. Na amount and na next week no ntimi maw. Inti na so ko po bi foforo. And that is what is going on. And you know, so nipa ne twi phone si so ne so krambo a emfa ne ho
because of benefits. But so great minten komoyemu kakra. One of the things I mean so me study ya me hunye which I fear is some of a year awofo any ahwefo no obi o ha ne ba sebi
mbacho no when I didn't say how address me e me nsan
so una wani afi una wani afi we mamu we una wawo so one of the things I fear for is that you see when you go on social media, some of these girls indulging in all these hookup and stuff. Just to find out. Of course, I mean, I can only advise you. You can force the horse to get to the river. You cannot force the horse to drink. I don't know what that means, if that's how they say it. It's correct, right? So, on your mokasa, some of these young girls, as young as 16, 14, 15, maximum 25, you know, ubusom dintina wamoye de omoye. The excuse is that be any fear ding was me share me mama me papa was me share me nuano mo nketwa, and that's the reality of some people. Say at a very young age, you know, woma wo fo no kra no wo pia na ebia ne mama ya na ne papa ka che say o kwa o ba fa bibi bra o akola na sebi onye adwuma no a de bia o sori a wo pie ba na o di sika ba no wo yemo nhyewo say akola sika onye free he. Okay. And what the befi patro they make an say. So some of these parents and guardians, you know, one more burden these children with certain responsibilities are any quite say or taking up that responsibilities at that age.
Yeah. Me start say child labor at the age of 6. Child labor at the age of 6.
Now we are Juma.
Na ahimachin be 4. Me not told you our near tia lulu. Inti won call no. It drew be 4 a.m. A man for ebesia call Katamantoni train station hono. Ya diduawa eswa me ne me diakosi e hono. Ne ya bo me kola na me tia echiri. En me ton. Me ni nua baako ni amedi n'echi no. Ono ko awia na me kwa nopa. No parents share da eye ne sa se na me ko awia no kwa nopa. Won say school first na e wo shift. We kwa nopa ni we kwa your nopa for ni we for instead that me kwa nopa no na ono ene bekoton that week for 2 weeks at the age of 6 maton alata semra maton sapo maton ice water maton pex eni ma bebre meal na meton adentira wo untimi nkoton obi. Who are you? Enter out the say so show be internet so when so ye. Why's there a name of how betimi are you telling me
no, so I agree with what you're saying. But the amibe say me trying to say
it's not an option. It's not an option.
So then why in Amika say
yesuni buying one the first your friend is saying motivation, and that's the first niema omo yes idea number 1 laziness number 1 laziness, because o hwe omo de niema ejina lori kwan mu tona. In our days most of our classmates were still selling oton ade wie no aba school omo ton ebi ton ice water ne niema no aba school. Who are you? Why can't you do it? No, I catch them say you have an excuse because your parents nibi. Yes, we need parents nibi, and we were doing it to support them.
So how about the parents? Senior Wuki, ejiawa hobe to me at on Piota or hobe to me at on this idea. Omun in Kolani nyebiu. Now so parents so and question omu as to
parents no or no na dey no ye. Okoto nwa no ma. What you must say? Okoto enwanuma. Yeah, and you know, your parents no ni sune ne ban. And now ode share akwara no. You don't blame. Yeah. Number 1 motivation for all that laziness. I'm telling you. Look, the former French attaché, no, your madam for Denise de Crane, no French embassy. Benene call Burkina Faso Fespaco Festival. Then hotel bi enim when who get bi or who no and I say you are here. Say o catch them say wakoye kiosk amagel no ato your friend say machine esimu amano because she a girl no of Vienna need the be anumre me ne call round so there anumre obeka say o young currency your friend say night clubs ni chinsa o say o she a girl no ho no ne girl ne bon common girl ni say oh so onya bibi ya obejai emma ni bisa no kiosk no ne cost ne machine ni nyama ni nyina ama ne ma ni ska no so on fanko ye girl ne ka chen say o no pamade ena ne kiosk ne hye enema nyina e wo mu hye tie kana koma ana osuo ene ma memmoa wo what happened you could share no Burkina Faso such a person
yeah
what you say hwe vena water me kai pa o me program bi no mo boaboa sebi omo a omo didam ne nemen bebre wo mu a I bet you say omo kotina shops na no mo jaye omo kotina shops na no mo jaye.
I see.
They help a lot of them but bebre jaye me nkan omo nyina o but bebre jaye enti no laziness ne de eye ke mo bia ma any excuse. Laziness is a factor, number one factor. Emba sa su ne ban no. Omo America so omo tususu yi laziness. O pesu tususu na ubetimi atonton niema kakra no enyiska no. But most of them, I know most of them, you speak to them and you see say onipa no onye na dwen so opebibi aton. Ana so opedwuma bi aye.
Tilly. Obebem.
Me na make us first on say what me asem na
yeah. I mean say conversation
say parent
parent child
I be a child you know cry look yeah right but my just a parents crazy and me mon there I think say and that senior society acquire no I had to say I don't know how Socrates moves so know how your parents had certain level of control on you and now because I remember the way na ma missy booming no that's not the same way I mean who say enquire way area ya bomb which means that times necessary until what we used to call discipline time no I don't think it's the same now because now saying kana me learn say enquire in schools some of them they don't give them grades yeah my grade bill they don't know positions in school anymore until they just want to encourage I say everything a little bit I don't want to say soft because me sure say most more time now you go with because your time you're soft but all the same I just believe that parents be bringing their mumbaye they just are not ready for the truth and I don't want to sit here and make it look like they know awophobia or tear me on the bad thing yes so when you are crying tear different. But one more money in Quran Bebre na nim said their children are hookup girls. They are just not willing to confront because Oban when you saw on your jumebia. So they be a demono shen, way shen, and you shen, then pan our dress Obane. It is obviously only Jetrebia only saw the nobody baby and any Jetre. They know. And to know I am number 12 for before. It's what you fear nasa obanye juma and mama bremi pizza or the then uni pizza bo mame bremi pizza now can uni pizza boa they be a Friday be already pizza will fear no in pass obano nye juma what you say also they are parental or mama or mu bomb in fact the parents themselves are suffering doing all that they can but a corona na sabi sorry to say drama for money drama some people they have their children in some schools and the children in schools now parents ne bro at your school fees near the money feeding fee but still a hookup girl te no untimi for be sha for no a corona no ya kwara bone no ye ne kwara bone sem what you are saying and I think there are two ways but as a parent what do we need to form oba yeah there beside I think you will see because it's not unheard of you what do we need to form who I could have there be a car for ebe sin wo fie and this one uber What you say? They be a enria eda obate so enri na enama na ekasa te say enri papa na obey enye adwuma o ma me den ti na wontimi bisa oba na hwe wo so wo ya basha bone woni pass wo bisa na wo pizza abo enti no some of the parents they know like honestly some of them know some of them really know.
Okay, yeah, but briefly
Natalie Kabi be say omunye adwuma I chombe say me establish say hook up no adwuma.
Oh sorry.
Yeah, adwuma ye ji ho akitua. Taxes na yentia but omoje akitua be pepe. Oh first no de na me no kwani ya minim ni na ha me but na sin de ha me sa because unim de obi afema wintimi determine star obazin background succeed. Also o share ye current landscape na bebro ma ye no o check on my background story otimi hu se na ejuma wa ase eno bi na eto ye sister ye beti ye adane efutu semi
asema o kenchire mu ye kaka menti ase o se o hwe be ejuma wa ase menti ase
so de eto se wa
pachan
se na nkan ba tanka se ni enim adenti no ye enim
say no say well from what is out there and it's alleged say na ye ne boyfriend one no etwimpena. Do you understand?
The boyfriend that wa on na etwimpena.
Good, but say wonim say enso so no ye krom hanso so no. Ye memu hanso so no. Polygamy ya ade a ye practice say wonim sa.
It depend
on the
baby agina.
And American nti say wo say ne boyfriend na wa worry. And e bia won na etwimpena. Nti no ne wo relationship mo two adults are on my concert here omo have your relationship patcho they make an say what you say
what was the motivation for the relationship?
Motivation me sure say na your dope
and they mean to me
na making say ye ntimi nkyere but say na nka me mama own perspective e be say benefits bi won chen a na e mani koyie sa benefit na young girl na o hwe no ono so be so enjoy bi. Say who say young girl twi Range Rover. So twi Range Rover ni bi. Woni boss baby twi cars nkese o hwe mo salary entimi nso. Fa to calculate o mo 10 years salary entimi nto. But o mo tim. Ntimi me young girl na hu so tim. Ebe motivate me. What I say ebe push me to work harder to gain favor. Plus say you normalize it emba o mo depend on Bema so 100%.
Of course.
Ko social media o. It is all depending on a Bema so 100% to fulfill your needs, sir. And when they push you, my your boss, Sabema be to be a camel. I didn't obey you, Juma. What I say? Into a characteristics we na ama you drew, baby I drew because in as much as we a parent, I bet me, there's a limit to what you can do. What I say? Because if you try to move in, I may make me say in and I'm fine. Even though I make us me free papem. But I ain't na I'm fine. Oh, me fa papa bebre but ain't oh fa bebre me fa bu ni nyawa. Me mo ho am fa. Nti as a pe me to ba for but o school. No hu say oni nam fofo Benz na be fa no. Boss ade a dem atro boy no fa tro no dem Benz na no kra comfort to. Ate ase. Intini na ka ho na eduru be bi ewe
asema waka kan what can say me say ya
some say they do ma tro ni food of boy no fa tro for free no the ma Benz ni fa so
Benz na say Benz ni worry because young boys dey brain now omontimi
ya wa asema who can say fa so no
say when timi resist na me am invest
Sanema
selfies ne pictures ne niema mutwe unam social media ne so day in day out they be anu hu say obi na o see obi blackmailing no or the picture be asebio otwama no out of whatever relationship I want ne wonti no afeidi onipa ne de blackmailing no enti picture no so wantwa de ne beba wantwa picture ne pa de ne beba na mutwa ebi mu twakra no masa de mani maka ho asemo for a year last week Tuesday and komobi wo ha ye boy na eneno mepese mesesi san komoni mu biom na me di nchiremu asise ya ba beto dwa no aba last week Tuesday. And I say yawada. So it's Wednesday no na ye discuss Kofi Adoma issue no meboa. Thursday, sorry. Thursday ye discuss Kofi Adoma issue, right? So. Yeah. Okay. So the koba ye say ye who on social media so headline Kofi Adoma has been shot in the eye. And no any who was social media so I mean Kofi Adoma Wawani has been one of the long-lasting broadcasters ewo industry mo still oguswa ejuma wo share ejuma waye going on to even owning his own TV channel ewo YouTube Kofi TV into you be a sebe story be a besi Ghana ha bia wo be hwe na Kofi Adoma Wawani gina wa ba be chirechim inti Ghana for doni ye pa so news no ebeto odwa no ye mu bebre wo ha ye mu hyeyen eni ade and wachi ena another reportage bi by say enye say ye shooty Kofi ewo nani say shot in the eye na mum woko bedwe bi ase na won say ya eba no akanfo ya mamremu ene enema ye wo bedwe ase say ya na wo hu enkofo bi aye training omu a se be wo mu tutuo di announce the presence of a chief or something say wo ba na reportage abeto odwane say etuo na ye tu wo wiemu ho no eno gunpowder residue ni bi no egu nani so na enye say ya bonani tuo entimia kra me baha e this information no ebeto dwa but ene no ni aba beto dwanie e we say me de ba na won soso no wutie bi na wo hu asem no ne kofa bai any baby if enti muma yentie ani a me ba bebo ama we eye Kofi Adoma Wawani ne ho kafo a wone no etie ne chocho muncho wono eno de sansemi ebetu dwa muma yentie ye ba ya ba be pensempese mu
Pahon cho wade kire so yesu shalen se elutu etula o kire so na yin wanyen dem twa video na ebohu obeba nso etrun pocho ode to ne ko not true ni day ti obo etrun the ball mekun nanyim he was shot in the face he was that it wasn't just gunpowder even camera also records adinimpo opai bidin di nana bene truba na me benkom hini wo gomwa amanfro me Kofi Adoma ne yer oye ebi mu wo friend Kofi TV na nanum se oye opinion nsa wechi na mum ebi mu so wo friend Mrs Miracle Adoma mitami ya ni free ya kehwe menyimi ya me de tena he ya ebe hu de nkanya ne hu tamini na eduru ho nti no we de mi fra ala tam no so obeka akire o de na o che de mpanyinfu wo mi fie wo won kwakrafo na mmirewafo wo mi fie be ye mmiri kakra ni na oncheli pi ya wo ho na emde call by na call ni bi edinka aba ohen kola one mekun oye Mr. Stephen Kofi Adoma o wanwen kanidin ho o anye na eja aglo be since 2013 and ofrey mekun na obo na man onene kasa ni mun na ole kire ne de oye na na doma hen ne programmer ole bado no wase what the afọ no do there ono nyene nkasa na ombra program ni bi no kasa ma onyene kasa en min details bebre because details ni dey obeba at the right time no onyene kasa ma mesumpo menyene kasa oye nana suma ma hen he was the mediator ma nana doma hen programmer okodo okoi Thursday na oye juma ma angel group of companies inti no na ohia won so no nti na ochede odo obo hamane onye wakasa ma wode nyama sisi eni ofi TV crew so ka ho da ma bere ni mu na magraheb so oba Ghana fu nyina la wonyimi de oba Ghana mi fie ha na owo nti no wa around me kun so wa afa ne de ni nua kakraba nti onye no so kasai ema wo nyina otimi apma wokoi obakon na bibia yo okay nti Thursday anajo na wotuto ma enyubiri na wotuto ma nti anajo na wokodui na nana suma ma hen oma me kun number number ode ma ne yeru aba bia wo fe ne lender o say oye nana doma na wo fase na oye lending ana ode ne na mama ono no onye wo call wo hotel ma wo kodai ya mi ya adom ya nana no mogina ye ti gina pa ma ade pachi ho wode dwumedini sisi do ma bibia ye kama na bibia lokodo ma odoko pepepe oye wahemfo no epeyimfu ni bileba oye doma adonten hin ona na oleba na ne dom na ye waga na ha yeyim mesma amamre na manze ote de yen manga na ha se olidi afasha na yelidi yana afasha ye wonko fu bia yenyi wafa ntitu mu training mu wo kwan a wonfa do na wonfa ntotolo ye turu na oya hyense wo de kire ya manze na ya mamre o kire ye nananom oye eyi bi o kire de ye leba etula obi adam porta ohu de panyin bi leba ti da mkrofo no wodi enyim na ekol no video ti nyina owo ho at the right time etulun pahoncho wade kire so yesu shalen se elutu etula o kire so nti eturu na ebohu na abagu wutirim mpromproban nti adebasa aboko efien na wo nyina abon ka bad na yin wayen dem twa video na ebohu obeba nso eturun pocho odeto ne ko not true ni day nti obo eturun the boy mekun nanyim he was shot in the face he was that it wasn't just gunpowder even camera also records atinimpo opai na iche video na no ede behin ba behin ohwehwe behinfo ma wosoni mu ti na omunum to ha we munu ato ha omunu to ha na we munu to ha onya nkrofo wosoni mu huru n'enyim ne enyim na le moja aba ihwe video no obaba nti bohu akatesi bi wo ma ofe ne lenda na dama akatesi ade nyeme bi wo ho ye a me ya anje ho na mmom oya adze o sumafo de we dwuma yin de be frɛ abofra no ya adze dodo no le frɛ doma na wode ne call doma hospital doctors are ho we ya adze nyankopon hira ho ye na nanom wonka wo ho also wo wuro da doctor kura me ne kasai o de me twro o kasa na me bisa mpo cho wudi na esa me twro ni nyina o de me fa to ho chena asem nti oka ni nyina na omo le ka no si ma wu na nyi wando more than 20 times emi me wa ya me yada me papa she lens ma me she lens yefie ye she lens nti wase obi na nyi wa yenyi me esi mo te enyi wa omgbe ntum mgbe enyi wa kro wuru ma but na umu de woda ho hal li je bibia la possible de obotum wa agene yi wan was a man Yankopon ye ho adom wo ye wo de tia do de call brekum ma wo kotwetwa ho scan na ze ma wo san we chi wo bai na hu de doctors no ehwe videos a wo twa wo hospital ho na doctors wo ni nyina na hu de obia nurse obia ye involve so na wonyim de nipa na yiwa won ton wo store nti okaka wo ho ala ma oban de wo de wo transfer ne ba akra osi fida na details na mesi me de beba ochena asem bi nti na dey fida na oba akra o si sunyanyi so de flight no to once nti yenye bi so dey ere ma na manipa betuma ye na oye na yalo ye per ticket na passion fun so Nyankopon hira ho flight na ye madododo e ya ho hwonye ye nso Nyankopon hira ho nso na etumi ade papai ede ne ba nkran oye memenda mesa ka papa ne memenda na no ye dzen hwemesa menyi ma ye propropro ma no ho anyonyo de tena ho ya bo hu de na ye dzen tina ho ne hu menyi ne go hospital straight ana ye mberefie a doctors for was mesma wa ye enyi wa na wa room wa ye na mesma wa fa we na mesma ni ti me kai na domafo wa medication ordered by trauma do nyina wom nti no wo there mezi ni befie na mehwe ne ma na hom ka no settle in na oho na there ye frefre doctors ye de ne be kwa na Ghana ha so de yenyim there Ghana fo de mu ye papa fo mu ye asemba ye hu mesma ya mo kan wo kan ye yenyim nti na wo de ye krekra no kwan a onko ba abonten na ekatakata nke me de me ya gbeyin ne ba me sam ye nkan ne ba na fantin ye ba nti nka bunu yin de na mbo memma wo ya bunu fo nti o chena asem nti na o de me katakata do na ye krakra de we a ye botum ya ahwe na olunkopoi na nko dum obi ni program oli ye no so na enyim nyam me dwin o chena me dwin ko echi a doctor fo wo bai kwesi dan angel fo wo CEO ba ha onu so bohu wo ba beto na ohun so onye den o na ehu de oyedzen wo be hwehwe na ono laboto doctor no podo wo fie doctors a wo ba ho do nye me sister oye mankasa me nua be me cousin oni na yere wo London wo so wo bai wo si da bi asami ni yentumi ndado wo de ahon pepere wo so wo de be poe mu wo Ghana ona ya wo so wa atam yen na ye de arewrem ni akopoi osuho na wa afre doctor peyin bi fi kolebu wa afre bi fi ha for ihu de call le broko Yankopon ya adom ebe ye nya mpanyinfo bi otwitwai wo ye ma obeye what's it back end what's it nyimfan no chede etru ni bo ne wo he was shot in the face. It wasn't them they shot the gun in the sky and a gun powder ni begu na enyi mesma angel fu adwuma ye fu ni bilekeka wo hon oyendem na mbon wo otu ndi bo na enyim no ho mfoyin ni videos na ni bibia la wo ho ana wo there bad time ye yel na Ghana fo so mfantu wo tirim there me ye yel a ono qualify him to be their family head owe ebusuya onyim there wo de hye wo me ho mesma me so ebusuya fo onyim there me so me ye wo de hye mo wo no so wo ho nti o ye ni ala wo de hye nti obebisa wo sino wo there yemia ye nyi kwan biala do na ma hebe yen ye ya na nyenyiwa angel for wo current CEO our friend Vincent oba fie no obedi dasa no ohun nti osun osande no ohun oba no kita no man do fi so upstairs na wodan bai doctors no kitem na wo ye scans na wo ye horo na wo ye day na wo ye fa ha na ye day na ye day nyina me kai na doma program lokodo ko bia na enfi doma amma na yakoba Yankopon ye ya domala then you want infadzen or your right eye no na afi ohun ba ohun ni tu nti igina ho ohun we bie Kristo do ye dodo yenya ndema ye bekodo ya ato akodo kaka akra obeye ebe na wo ma ye transfer letter ho a me krofo ho mebusuafo de why is kete wo be biala nti no wo de me frɛ ngba boy landing o fine ne wanwa akwe na kan ha mi Dabia no bi ne ken ha mi na mfantefo no so wɔ nem agbefo no so wɔ nenam hɔ wɔ rewre ma yɛ hwɛ Yankopɔn yɛ adomala yɛ rewre mi yɛ hwɛ pounds asɛm na wɔle ken no ken choose Dubai so na Dubai de what the dirham nti ɔhɔ ne mu begu kakra ama he see o buying no so wabɔ lady bi obo lady bi say woman bi ni din wɔ angel hɔ us wɔ friend Barbara there on hwɛ there obenya butter now ye da ticket nti ehwa na Yankopɔn ye adom nti course kokodo na adwuma ne rafrey hu there no so asem ne ha nto kasa wɔ ho na ade nti edidim na mom yakɔ program fi da kwesi dan ahomache osole ya ose dan mu nyina yesu den nti when we benkum na asem wɔ ho na nyin fan de nche na ya ye ma so ye ma ehu bibiala ohu hwe afi mu de not na me say na ayede ti no den tempala instantly no me ignore them me focus wo butter ticket na me to ticket instantly na oye Jordan Monday ye de ko Yankopɔn ye adom ye ko duli ye ko dui so a doctor fo oye hu adwuma doctor fo oye mo de woye ma ode wo ka ma ode wo ye de bibi ode wo de ni wura wo ye ni nyinala na Kristo na domara ye da bedu o ma konkron gani.
Okay. 11 minutes after 2 p.m. Kofi Adoma wani ne ho kafo ne nsem ya odi to dwei eno bi na mabama ama wenya asem no emu nkyeremu ne ho kafo ye friend Nana Abena Etruba wono ena wakasa ye efa Kofi Adoma wani accident a wokonya ewo doma hini I program ya se doma ekro no program yi ase so create fa microphone no ne bremwe se say asem no emu nkyeremu na abe
mebo ma me na baso papa watimi a kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu nikunu obi asɛm ba saa ne nikunu nso ya no ɔno nso kyerɛkyerɛ amanfo ɔde mu enti akɔyɛ sɛ abayikuo no abayifo kuo yawe obi dia ne nso yawe ode saa ne nso yati anse da akye nso ye bawe de hwɛ sɛ ode ba yawe ya ba ode ene edin fa mu nti akatili die da tili die baba ha do okay
yeah
okay
what's the day 2025 for Munsabeka
ayo nti ma me no wa de but asemba ko kan ya manti ase o say he was shot in the face mpacho etuo ben knockout to ana say etu a bullet ewom ana say kafugbe no na me minimum because etu a bullet wom pa ne ye shutu u face dia but you say information there
sir etu na ya you use so give me a
kafugbe ni bi
I don't know
second e boy etu no noise e sound
na noise maybe wo ha empty yeah I've witnessed one me kwame plus papa yi and na me say ohene na oba no na many councillor Lutrot na em say ye ben omo kakra na akwa ni botuo no
nso be bia odi councillor Lutrot achi
ade
obenya asemo
akwa ni botuo no now we share residue na ban in fact how the thing was no so of course so I don't know you know send your case shot in the face now we busetu no so that is the type of Ghana na yeah omo you so be honest
anyway you're lucky because nan say me hu say ahemfo no bebre kita double barrel your friend say ni bi aside to bullet ankasa wo mo no ebi na nan say omu kita nti ene o ye lucky pa because say o kita tiabro fair die na ene ni tirinkwa ma me no nsema o kan ye nyina there's one point ya minim so twa so a nti sese no nani ne hu ade hello
hi
mpacho sese ohu ade ana
yeah no chese o ma ko hospital
no mo ko hospital ho no e ho de twa ye no wan ka sese no ohu ade clear
o say o ma ko hospital aba nyankopon adom sese no ne hu gu so a eto no sa no
nti sese ohu ade
eno de wan kanka ho e wo video we mu nim say bi ade wo hwe full video no YouTube ho de a
mama monetize
say Kofi TV is already monetized I believe
okay yo that's it ya bompa ya mano yenu no say nyankopon
nani ni hu ade ba left eye no and as a problem wo kakra into no yeah
ya bompa ma bi ntu obia I don't wish this on anybody I don't wish it on anybody ya bompa ya mano we e bia duru no see ya bompa
okay yeah
Ede nyame ase for nenkwa because usually say you shooting crofo ya yente asem de ana migidi say the description no enye literal as in shot in the face because nanka directly shot in the face I believe say nanka consequences no ebe far greater than what you are seeing.
That means if as a obi asheda aim the face you say you have to be aimed at to be shot at
but say with festivals no sometimes mistakes to me see
yeah
I believe say the shot was never one a direction but na direct into to say heat nene force na already two no and then of course the impact no because usually say the test how can you omutuko we ma residue na eba no anokra free so na eba wo anokra mu dwane na de eba also direct intimate sure say eno na rera baby and say rera cause damage because na nke direct na de anka yente asem de but by the yamia say at least omu keep no under wraps till I think if you apokwa ebe kan our public domain mo and with the news and whole ton in there but also as a serve as a lesson for especially media men on cover such festivals like mekan you know accidents do happen in traditionally no ye festivals ni ahemfo ye ni coronation to there constant dey intimi infrim inti se okokova na map safety gears ni bi disaster international media for no mo ye in case omo call ton area omo hye omo no na was in just in case because ya be pain to afa ahwa ba ko na intimi an so mu ya ekun krofo inti ese very vigilant and very careful plus I believe say festival say ese etiminya a lot of healthcare professionals because what you know almost one call hospital
say be I said anka ye event ambulance ni nyema esisi ho no
to in case of anything be cry immediate attention bit me akoso even card before be do even hospital and also the fact that when Timenya fully ayaresa organ high very troubling because they had to go all the way to Dubai say cataract it's our countries nibi to get it checked very problematic because nanka omuni si come be fa plenty kite to doctor's car nanka say ebe persist
so Nadia na mi busa me ho self imagine if this is just an ordinary person needs links and connections and I said the means to travel outsider na ene na chesanka nani no
me anya mo ama say bebre ho but ye ni mo munti about
right
me sure say bebre ho a esia o maka dem but because omuni media domain ni ma ebeka ho aseminti ntiminka but very troubling say an issue like this just say you call abrochire and sana yetimi asolve very hard.
Tilly.
I don't know. Many who shake. I think that we're explaining. We are, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they hear say, "Nino, Juma with me, but and no penny when he am basically."
Okay.
Fuchini and the BH, a baby, the Sanko Komotia Homo will be the fire one at you. The power of fire when you're much shedding in Nayahu. Won't find your hinge and fat on yet, you would do who will share you. You see one by pine, and then my baby, I've been moving. Ya bread, Tia Masabi, Proko Bifi Bola, so may ye woofy. You're the media, baby, I won't quench me fire, no. Often in Chico Maboso, you'll be a chini Messiah.
Level number two no bako, me chamako, ojana so, atan fun me da me fun, Messiah, mabo, fun me da me fun, Messiah, mabo, anybody to me share, yeah.
Abo fa hun nsapo kra woni penyi fodidi. Ansana ni feni ba to bo na nsapo tabi bibia na maye, nkodanke to asu kono mama hwemo ama musie fifi. Henda me kana ya kebe ya baso ya swesisi. Nanso nya bema na bema ni osi bedwemu ese bema ni de na maye mu amutambe di saka mu kwa ka mewu ama ye ye pomo chichie friso mu be kasa de nche mewu si de na sebe bu twan a wotifie ni ne bedwetwi
na maye level na bedu no banko me chama ko ojana so atan fo me da me fo Messiah mabo fumra me da me fo Messiah mabo anybody to me share the from alright, daddy, watch me say, Mammy, Bohuna do to me. Open me say, Gosiaka. Nefe so ba beni betro mi kan waso ne no phone yes e betia to tra abrona mi to yes e ma say na si say mi no bia ni la fini moji me fe me sia ye damage abone pese wo ka uti na wa fe ne sia kire wo hwe iye ni panye hwe iye onye sumye de di tia to ne so me ba mo koko e jumani na maye level na me do no banko me chama ko ojana so atanfo me de da me fo Messiah na me da me fo Messiah anybody to me share e jumani na maye level na me do no banko me chama ko ojana so atanfo me de da me fo Messiah na me da me fo Messiah anybody to me share
Sako dear any a year quick flick Messiah. This is the latest one streaming on YouTube or digital platforms baby awe ko bia obenya sa nyumwi na wati enyum na emede pa kama pa emede etiefo enkomo wo ho say wonim said tanya de bia ye entertainment review there in as much as we are here to discuss entertainment na ya na eba no social issues so a ye twetwe ho nkomo bi eye na wotwi ensem bebre na etwegu social media no so but odi me basisi abeba be boni bi achew na afei watie na won so wadwin trebia we to me e dey aba a year comment section where we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube and now hona we to me they will comment no ato me basisi
Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review.
I dare a friend of LGBTQ plus. I dare Yasafu Penny any union Muslim for imams Obia Kabo Muse I dare Yempe if you say any Yamra Yamamre Enko and so I dare Afe Abrofo Jatum Omo hompo enyo mina na ajetum efisa okwa America evangelical Christians no omo nje LGBTQ ntum and so akoye se omo so omo aban no epushi se ombe promote LGBTQ ewo Ghana ha enye Ghana kwa we asa afa na nyina and so hwen so a sa pressure no omo mfa nko Arab for no ho yankwa ebibi man ha kwa na omode pressure na to yeso if you say ya yebesa akon ho akosre sika akosre bosia enti na omo hu say omo nya yesutumi bi a omo pia If it's all Saudi Arabia, almost Saudi Arabia, almost LGBTQ asem. Now also, a home puna a haram pra a wamamremu. Yes, so yaha a chiwade. Ushe Christo somna a chiwade. Sebema ni bema obani oba ebeda. And as some omo become pose omo wari. Ezu, hey, kose. Where the mobile champion? Where the mobile champion? Enra na mi fi rally. Ye pon rally no be 12 midnight. Enti mi refi me home ka say because I'm in a party man, enti sa LGBTQ no ye mrensha bedwafo emubi omunipanum omukabo mu a omoye bill a say bill no ekun etia LGBTQ no na abra omode bill no ekoto parliament say obia enhwemu enkabi no parliamentarians na nipa ba kompo ansore ankase ntia bill no enti omo pass bill no ena bill na koda I was a bill no koda omampanyi enim no sign it if say bill bia so omampanyi amfa ne nsan anto so a enti menye adwuma enti ansa na ombetimi edi akọ ena obi ekọ Supreme Court ko file injunction say or file injunction say ma speaker and fa bill no ponko president na so another injunction say ma president and sign me bill no and akoda Supreme Court na you doing say Supreme Court be hwe na omobu atem entem sane be ya ebe hun bebia eko and so hwa nya dia omaye omadwen say on pese sa asem no omuhwem efi say eno akoda ho ache enyoma bebre wo ho a anka eno so obeka say LGBT bill no call ansana eno also other ones no mwebu atem ewie na LGBTQ they no dey enda ho na ne wo ho ne say Supreme Court anka ho asem na Parliamentary ebe wie ya and the next say bill no ewu it will expire because all bills that are not signed into law before the expiration of the term of the Parliament will expire. And the next say anti-LGBTQ bill biom and our family values bill it was here kwasha say for through the process again and sana timi ejuma anti-LGBTQ no baby edro no na senya mekan no ofa Ghana hanyina omo sombosom omo kutia enya dia omo jitum omo ye yenuanu musulmi enya dia omo jitum a Christopher yenso enya dia jitum chiwade nti yenyina enkoso enhwese yemma saadie emma na abesan yenkwada mo na ya sesan omadwen na omoso omakofa saadie na etese yakutia enti emse me yakase bebre me de besi ha.
Okay, where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nina Wutie sa voice speech our ma the clergy meeting oni asofofo ekoshie mu awoni omo have that was during the campaign time clergy meeting ekoshie omo KNUST Kumasi in the Ashanti region no sa speech way enoma efa LGBTQ no ho na watwe mu ye wahanum say na ye mampani ene bishops form eko Shiaye, Catholic bishops nibi Shiaye. Concerning this same LGBTQ bill, and a man peniti subium etre senia waka one former speech mo and watch say abaya na e waso sa time no woman sign a bill na say omotena no be wie ya na chese bill no automatically no I spy ti age say yesa ko ekotena se ekohwehwe ade ne dane ne biom ne asade aba na enie wahwe na se wobesan a wasign it enu na omampani ekotwetwemu ewo eye bishop yi meeting yase a Ghana for se wo monti ase Ghana for bebre na church o madwe bi mse omampani enya sa contract yi na na ye koye na chese ababe ye kasa kese pa wo ko eye entertain fidie no so a wo bia e tre na din even among the politicians on national television and all of that onipa na che na dwen na nka me ya sa so mu di nkomo na manakwa koye se omampani se be no onsan but utie asema omampani kan na wanka se onye den onsan enti sambo we ma onetie eye enkomo a woni eye bishop fo no ekodi eye ba na ya bedwafo so ababa betwetwe o ma dwimo sene wo mote ase ne enkomo no sene a eko
human sexuality, and it's quite a long name. Proper family values bill. If you remember, there was a court case that injuncted the speaker from forwarding it to the president, and also restrained the president from receiving the bill. Eventually, that case was disposed of in December, I think on the 18th or so. Yeah, so it meant that the injunction had been cleared. But as far as I know, the bill did not get to the president for assent. And so the convention is that all bills that are not assented to before the expiration of the life of Parliament expire. And so that bill effectively is dead, it has expired. I don't know what the promoters of the bill intend to do, but I do think that we should have a conversation on it again so that all of us, if we decide to move that bill forward, move it forward with a consensus. And probably shouldn't be a private member's bill, it probably should be a government bill with government behind it after consultation with all the stakeholders to see how we're able to move this forward. But it leads us back to the discussion we had that if we're teaching our values in school, we won't need to pass a bill to enforce, our family values. And that's why I think more than even the family values bill is us agreeing on a curriculum that inculcates these values into our children as they are growing up, so that we don't need to legislate it. And so we'll see how all this goes. And so I'm looking forward to this review conference so we can come to some consensus on some of these issues.
Okay, enti wutie omampani asema wo kana wo pese wo kire say bill no se abinda da ne twemu ni de na kire say bill no nya expire ne sa na wo kire ma ni na takes us back to your family values na yesunya na bia na ye kire ye nkola na ne ye man wo school family values enia ye sifa ye ade senia kan for ye tena ye entire shemu ni ye everyday relations na ebia na nkola no womo beba betiasi a womo nyinya anya afi na obi se okwakwa ye LGBT nti ebia na ye tisa asem ni so ye kyerɛkyerɛ nkola ne sa de na ebia na sa yi family values law yi o se den kwa ebia na enho ankwa ba hia se wosi ye yusu ana se wosi ye sign ne ye de hye ye nkete se oba ni oba de munni eni say sa so na be ma ne be ma bia munni eni say se mbeka se me madam sorry me feel se me yoba ana me feel se me yoba ma da bi sankomwe e na ekoso social media ne so ba bia obi a che na dwen ebi mu say omampani asa wo reda asem no wo pese because one of the MPs Honorable Sam George asem we asem na wo gigina mu pa kese pa me kai one of the interviews scroll can say so man penny and sign this bill here obe make sure say wonya asomdwe da if you know Sam George no na che say idea na e den akoma so pa me gidi ye pass wo mu tisu ka say ndc aban ba sa you know bill yi omubebo modern no ma sign but utie omampani kasa won ka say won sign o say I spy tie wo say sa akone ye kohwe ne bio na ye depa enti kasa bebrebe agana fo bebre na anti ase na hey eva en ko si say yaw fa microphone no na che wadwen
media the president kind of no no I spy a sit a January 12 am crying spy but bill nankasa initially omo ye no me na me feel say trap me no credit ba ko pe Matias say
chemu ye wo ka say trapper me Matias
sana me sa me feel say bill no na
ye trapper ya set ya ma hwan
ni set ya ma den government no
say MPP government
sabe pepe intia me feel say trap ne me nya sure say as on mine LGBTQ in as much as culture bia yempe no na a big case my me nya sure say na a front running topic ehu hia bio kuntan insawem cry so minim prison cry wa Ghana ha cry efa prisoners pepepe insawem ne de akani na ayema bebre intinanka ye che omom LGBT na ye de ombekọ enfa already na ngaza space in ho enti I feel say na ye trapper na ompeso mo set because oko governance ye major donors ni na ye ekura omo support sa anyoma no oman ya support LGBT inti se we law se wo che omo crofo na eso hu se o donors omo be cut off donations ne contributions omo de back room and I hwe Ghana economy na hwe Ghana we majorly involved in sa donors no sa musica no omo de ba no and de run inti a political conversation. In fact, a political point. Me kai even last year, Cecilia Mampenyi JDM, Ekraba House said Nanado endorse bill no. In fact, original platform so can on sign just to put pressure before a court case nearby a delay situation. Make us when say a trap no. I do not foresee. No credit about I do not foresee the current government so mobile passes our law no in a state or presented in the last year. Enuntina say I was started calling for a broader consultation. Ana the okano misumijidi. In fact, mijitum that the orientation has to start from time ayakola ewo school mo because ubenya between so start our orientation no earlier shouldn't hear law as a protect against it because already no go through an orientation which tells you that bema ye bema oba ye oba I'm of the view you shouldn't hear law bia especially in a criminal state because the law no so what kind of law ni here family values law ni here. They are minor things we mistake near report becho case me what kind of law no cause say by me catch me brother say I love you now be call report me say it me true and I believe say going forward education is the best option. So I agree with what His Excellency John Mahama said. The education is the best option to counter the LGBT stuff. It is not by criminalizing it. Because who criminalizes is here, we don't know. I'm don't need he say Ghanaian do stage a bit me I can say self-reliant. The car say a bit my self-reliant the time as one.
Say we have that criminalization no more the abesha no is to deter people from practicing it. Anna.
Oh, what boarding house? Now rules in you. When the bonnet. Say in the current laws, no. Yeah, illegal so being a carnal knowledge of people, which is not using the conventional way of sexual orientation. Already no, our constitution may
yeah.
By your own conform we are be so him say oral sex illegal.
Say no. Well, I mean,
oral sex is illegal.
Yeah, I know that.
Also, crumbs say I won't say be
no say. But then this is to say, okay, so say yeah, to say wabani waba yebe to me anante chrome, you know, just to showcase said yeah, a society yen to say be mani oba and a warrior. Sebi o PSC ana hu obema ni oba bi omugina bontia o maso so omumu in a way ya enyo wanwa bebre because unim say ye normal. However, who the opposite sex or mo yes over question will say, hey, what's this? You know, you look at it in some sort of disgust or something because unim say and kaya hu as people, whereas so called the Western world now, this is normal because it's legalized.
But we humbo Ghana.
Mimi hu be a dear.
Which mean who be? I think there's already per our cultural orientation.
Yeah.
Yenim say enye. Inti obia oye LGBT bia publicly no. Me family ni hu bi. Inti nka se ya empower mo because at the end of the day no. Baby are you free no. Unim de ye ne de enye wo society mo deda. What am I say? This whole talk of the family values even brought about the conversation of LGBTQ on a national level. Na Kenya no anka ye ka ho asema de nkrofo ya omo dem de se me amfa ma ho. Do we ye nim de nkrofo ya woni omo dem. Plus obekomu kra na you might even find people of power even involved in it. So I doubt say law ni de on be pass in this current state. Even some kofa ba
some kotena se na omo kofa ba chisha. Why do you doubt say they will sign it? I mean the president has made it clear. So no assemblies of God mappa. I don't want to say president's car say or be signed, but it came across as though the impression was messing. It will say even though I expire na say my shebe for kotna say eko ye ne se na fata na omo de ba den na wo can say o njindi say president be sign. Dey nti na wo kasa.
Na make say me use particular word or words in this state now what about last year no say be samba this year enye the same state and until all call for a much broader consultation who say it's your the educational angle na bem or make it statement or say it me you say educational angle no na it me developing kolana there's no need to create the law which would kind of criminalize it because orientation be pecum. So it is in that same mindset into me believe say there might be a family value, but it wouldn't be the way it is. The friendship na ono modeba no. They are being the same thing. Be reduce friendship.
Okay. Tilly, for microphone no nekasa.
You see the same energy. The same alacrity and enthusiasm. As Sam George nene mpenyifo edi enim edi pia that's at the end no say hu faso for LGBTQ who in sem no. I don't think society na biasa. If they saw it as a threat to our society, it is still a threat under the Mahama government. And you know, they should use the same energy, emphasis, alacrity and expediency. No, I won't find your process ni beyond because Sam George is still in Parliament. Now they are even majority. They can do things faster. Omo uses our energy no, because there is a president who they know they will sign, not on signing. Then once it is signed, now they should think about the education side. Because at some point, if you are fighting for Ghana, fight for Ghana. And you be no being to nature and cast a political witch hands. Like what he's saying, because if really senior now can last year no how we all saw how this thing unfolded, and then you say. The thing was not signed. Me sure pa said they knew that if this president want sign here, na say onone tenure and there, na say parliament is dissolved da. Sa bill no. Now you are 2/3 in parliament, which means some with the 5 days na yes, Emma Sabi on the pass it through. In fact, me the 1 day aye because munyina some mpacha say party na dia dama kuma so munyina mo pe. So what is stopping you now? And tenya afe na mo be kire ye say if it goes through education and know you better seeing because you knew there was education that could have been done, but you were pushing it for somebody else to sign it. Until we are still in the same Ghana that LGBTQ, as you say, is our problem, no? And it's still a problem. Until we sign it. Now, I think on the conversation of the education part, it is very important because catch them young. It's not something we can ignore in the orientation. And they said young Korana edging because yes, I was hoping that the criminality part wouldn't happen. But as I said, since I won't say a problem, no. If it was a problem, then there's a problem now to move fix it. I said, but the things our children are watching, and the idea way there could have been a holistic look at it to resolve the issue rather than making it a propaganda to make a certain government unpopular. What you are saying? Because in your mind, coronation now saying our YouTube near the no, most of the contents now coronation are not created by Ghanaians with our Ghanaian culture. Or be now open the LGBTQ agenda and push it into the world, you know. Or more creators no more create anything correct cartoons when a boy and a boy they like each other. A woman.
Batman. Is it Batman? A new one over here, and there were some.
A boy and a boy, Superman, Spider-Man, a boy and a boy. What I say, it's our orientation. Or when say once they get them young, you know, they can actually groom their mind into thinking that this is a normal thing in the society. And as Ghanaians, if we want to make sure, say in the next 10 years, this is not a conversation that is bothering the society, then the education part of President Mahama Apejambane is very crucial. And in Korano, what are they watching? How are we censoring what they are watching? No man, then no man buy your market so no. Then I making sure as parents, I will fear, as teachers, I will school, as whoever, as broadcasters, you cartoons man Korashe. Our TV so on Saturdays. What are we doing to make sure sir community it doesn't conform with standard in your man? They don't get exposed to it at an early age that makes them grow to think say idea way normal. Both in our schools, in our homes, in our churches, in our communities, and everywhere. What you say, Intisa and Komono was where I was hoping that the LGBTQ conversation would have lied and I would have been placed mostly. But we saw it being spoken as something of criminality. People that have been doing it, it has. I mean, the whole fan. At the end of the it shows say it is not about you being your LGBTQ. It's about you being caught being an LGBTQ because it is just the thing is there. You don't see it outside. When will be or sebi all for be to that. When will be that? Will be so that. No, what you say. So the thing is there. It is not a problem to us, but because of propaganda, say a problem. And I say a problem. So if the government. That of course, unpopular now he's no longer president. No, if you think that thing was so pertinent to the growth of Ghana, please make it pass through the same system faster. Crossing the not the next person to sign, but after it has been signed and criminalized, please let us not forget the education part. President Mahama Apejabano. Because we will always find ways to fight LGBTQ in the future if we don't find a way to tackle the issue from the bottom, which is with the children in the beginning stage.
Okay, Mami Musa was same way. Unsa who can about a year and who be here say ye be ye that education. Ama man for say because me who say educational gap no. Ususu say any fan that ube to me a chichi man.
Educational gap in which sense, please?
In what you're talking about, so the LGBTQ, how we have to educate them. So
Every stage, because there is no stage and nipa adwin to Mrs. Sam. As a child, me say LGBTQ is a foreign concept to me because enya dia me hu with TV so say be man or be ma bibi or bani or ba bibi ni ade. I actually got to hear of lesbianism in high school. Me many hu bi da. You get it? So the foreign concept the reason all ka say yankwara ne fa show masine say if they know it's a foreign concept or school crowd or do SS and our university na say or be approaching it with this crowd, they are not bold enough to be part of it and are bold enough to do it openly because they know any society no motene ebra what you say. But this thing people get introduced to it in different levels and yeah education sector pen people get introduced to this thing school that crowd by sabe what you say. And the first in Qarano, they have to know this is very alien society, and that comes from the elementary schools. In your motion, as I said, the kind of cartoons they are watching.
Now, school as the same kolakwe, sanya maina yenchromo. The reproduction system I said there's nowhere is written. Say bia or bani or bana so bemani or bema. Is it not something they already learn in school?
So you know what makes Yanye Jumani very powerful. The creative content on your channel is the subtle art of imbibing certain things in people's head. Me can't will say obani be manewo, but you have seen a video where it is mommy and daddy that are in the room. You didn't see mommy and auntie. What you are saying? I don't have to tell you the things you are watching and seeing actually shapes and forms your understanding of the world. And the school doesn't. And I say we didn't learn how to have sex, but we know how to have sex. No, I'm serious.
Tilly.
School didn't teach.
So you know. I don't know what she's talking about.
Which good teacher?
Please, Masa, Kawasem.
No.
Stone boy in the car say, have you learned?
Now, Socrates, curriculum, no pa, have to have sex. The entire schooling category.
You know how to have sex.
No, yes. Now, what is your issue? No, what did the American say? Obi chakre nyame. Certain things the school will not teach you. Some parents are even too embarrassed to teach their children, but the child will learn one way or the other. What you say ain't it is what the child is exposed to that will shape but the education has to be on every level because you don't know when that temptation will come to them. And yes, so must say one kwarabremo who says they were a natural order of things not the high school levels to or mu and keka more boys school ni girls school ni sa we whichever measure they have to put, GES has to put in place to ensure lesbianism and gayism in sa school in Manuanu too will be looked at now. And also whereby tertiary level to there is a way that thing to creeps in amongst people. How, of course, the same GES now it all comes back to education. GES different ways, different measures of dealing with the issue on every level. Then maybe who said
now Mube Kai said some time ago, I don't know, I think it was Napo and Anna, a Minister of Education, where it was being proposed that we study these things in school. So great Mpacho okay Mpacho be microphone no my okay certainly do you remember that conversation?
Oh yes.
Nankai was being proposed say yen chren kola no school say ni say me kai say go for be sorry tia ye den go school ko chren kola say and I say so say na nkomo ne dane ya kwakwa yes say yen go school ko chren kola no
and I make say uhwe na say school no was not good enough until we had to sign na by force ma buy na abaso mon sign ye we na mo hwe na say school no so be boa ye fanka ho. I am not here to condemn anybody. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's do it.
Okay. Say no the atili wa came to wasi ye pa na che say gab no ni na kan ba be kan ye social content na as people as well as educational e was say the man
social media
right.
You see sa say mind ye can ye read out Ghana for sometimes when I'm on TikTok na say sa lesbians see omudi odo online ma
some of them even do a live TikTok.
Do you know the people who call omo comment section ga change all the patron meba who call
so it's your TikTok so dey cause TikTok na so it's we
and let your pen or share na dey go ye kind of him do show ho nti na wo ho no share when you go under these lesbians or gay comments, it is Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaian youth in the world, they admire them. Until you cannot sit in your house and say let's criminalize it when you're not looking at the issue holistically. What you are saying? We are sitting here in Ghana. TikTok is being banned in the US because Omunim say it doesn't correspond to the values any until the nation is doing something to prevent something, but you don't sit at one side and do something that benefits a certain agenda you are pushing and make it look like you are solving the problem holistically. You are not. What you are saying, because you can't tell me say you are fighting against LGBTQ and you are not concerned about the kind of content that is being consumed online by the young people you are fighting for.
Not just a cyber crime unit
all of it. I didn't make a holistic issue. And for them to have ignored all this and make it look like criminalizing it would have been a solution. No. Yati, it is one of the solutions. Implement it and then we'll look at the rest.
Okay, so great. Pacho Brown.
Yeah. This issue you won't baby I be drew ne. Mame ya can't say be said. Mr. Dia me say when a political party in opposition decide to depend on propaganda to win power, it becomes a threat to the development of the country. Because propaganda, schemia, it get to a point where they themselves they believe it. Near propaganda no. I would name say we propaganda must set ya media. A group happy crowd be believe it.
So we have so great. Sa propaganda ya semia working. Say obi opposition. Now or your propaganda to win power are dangerous. It's not like when MPP was in opposition, they also didn't use that same strategy.
I'm not talking about MPP.
No, I'm just saying that balance should be there.
But we'll question, we'll comment, it's neither here nor there because and yet MPP and NDC are 7 America. General.
Okay.
Yes. So a general. So and we can say you're more dangerous when you get to a point where the party na oni pa na set propaganda no crampo no e ultimately believe say ne o kan no but onim say asem na o kan no wa ko asem no say ne be ya o de be sha manfo tiri mu amo o ma follow a certain trend ya fa no to nche menia emra we ene ba bia bedru ye ba ne say ne bedru ha mitie President Mahama asem na o kan na me e Thomas Mpa a Thomas and Nasama or Kanu. A Thomas papa. But the question I'm asking myself, say, where was he? Say thoughts were now and ne orchireno. When Sam George in the mo started ye. No way. And you no can say or babet na so and tem what sa video no patcho so be hwehwe aboma ya wan fama o okay sa video no gina o ka say ono ye to aba ne mana and tem na no obe pass wan kan kire say obe mi akọ ni akọhwe mranimu onim ne wa mranimu Sam George ka kire yen say President Mahama ennim ne wa mranimu onim ni nyina Sam George ka kire yen because that was his presidential candidate or then the corner a banner a cranda onim enti no nim ne wom enti no e ba ne sen eni waka ama manfo abagye so ato aba na ma wawie no abe ka kire yen say yen kohwe mra ne mu biem see you take a second look at the law. Come on.
Basokit, nyabote me patcho me ba o. Utie Mahama
I would love it if you make me flow.
Okay, Mate. What do you?
Wahu. ene ensam ni nyina na ye kan nyina no you were twisting it against us. What were some of the things? Me tie parliament, me follow parliament argument ne kakra. Ya ye wo maimu. Why na no nim say MPP for were against this law? NDC ma obi afele say MPP for epesi ye pass mrama ye be mama be worry. That was the your friend is agenda. Ye mani luku say MPP person pass mrama ye worry. A member worry member. That was how they pushed the whole thing. Say MPP support to a member name member worry. Ye pushy. Emo biya believe and nanado support to anyway support to. What were they saying? I heard parliamentary proceedings where they were calling for aspects of the law. Emrano, ayayeno. And ye maybe woman no more can say MPP for can say. Adie way mrana mo de bano ye fuaso. Nembo nye maybe woman ya nhwe ni ya. Ebe chichiri nipa hu bi. This is not the first time a man for a take distance. Yeah, ebra ye Ghana Constitution. Ghana Constitution na ye dibu me. There were people who got up to say, momiantu ye boase. Na Constitution na ya no. Eni maybe wo mo no enko ni yi.
So okay, me ntwa no me pesa me bem kakra asema wo kan na wo ka say President Mahama can say me ban tentem so.
Yeah.
See, say me starting common me share na me bought 2 voice notes. That was during the campaign time videos. And then this time around. He has said throughout the campaign when he say wachechemu emrano di emrane kan e chere say abanya was one sign here. Now say the next government ba bill no automatically expire. Enti e was here sakwotena se ni ye hihye ni ye sade ye dey. Ye sade ba me pacho. Enti sa video na wo ka say President Mahama say oba obesan gidigidi ubenya mame a nke because na wo ka was so ubenya mame e be bo an common kakra because I know say President Mahama nkomo bebre mu a wakan wachre ne stance as a Christian man wachre na mom wasanso achre say emra wo ho se asem ne ba ye de betu nanima obehwem ahwede ewom bill no obekai ni BBC interview bi kra gentleman ni busa ne say oba sign the bill na no say it depends on what is in the bill enti no dia wo kan de mi hu I don't know that so if you can get it for me
it was on the campaign it was on the campaign elokai sa we no enti no de I'll look for it and maybe I can find it for you. Why? It's now. Mama, missing me.
Man, you're confused.
Where was I?
Now can say Mremu yes constitution.
Constitution what Ghana. Me kai say na nimdifo bi raise points bi say yan tu ye boase but at that time no na NDC DN so PNDC ye nyina ye ho pre say ye beko your friend is saying democracy. And see, binum adwin mu no omo kan say look send yem ra ne tie bia ne yem pass ne yenya democracy. Enne ye ti hoyi ye nyina ye nim say look emra no ye to ye bo ase anka ba bi wo ho a ye hweye because enema bebre nko yie say because the constitution no ya gia tumunti. I have been part of say me mania about 3 different laws. The film bill, I've been part of it. Copyright, the copyright bill, I was part of it, and the creative arts bill, passing it into law. And when I was part of it. Minim sometimes, and near maybe ye buya ni guso. Ye kotena se ni e disa anko mono ni e shishemrana. E dru baby ye buya ni gu niema bebreso because we were aiming at certain things. Copyright law. Our main target for doing the copyright law was say ye pay your own CMO. Until you discuss it no way, you know, and nitty-gritties be oha ya nhwe hokra. And ne ye ka say when it comes to copyright issues, ye hu sa areas no. This law we are talking about. MPP point no more raise and they say enie maybe wo mu a ya nhwe ni yi a ebechichiri innocent people. You can't cross dressing. What do we mean by cross dressing? Read the bill. It is in there. Cross dressing. What is cross dressing? Minia
cross dressing.
Cross dressing. Yeah,
yeah. Say bema washa obata oba washa bema atare.
Good. Entino. Say itili ebeshe shirt. Silly what na?
Beka janshi no ma mo de me ko because me cross dressing diabetes.
Good. Ewolo ni mu. Cross dressing. Ewomu. Entino. This was what MPP was saying. Say, look, Emrana Modiaban, we all support it. Nobody is advocating so Banko Wari or Bano Bemanko Wari or Baogana. But you see, our brothers, then in opposition, twisted the thing to make it look like MPP in Pesi a passing law, no, and no more opportunity, and no more man for full MPP.
But maybe I'm so crazy, Nyabote. If that is the case, they are working. If that is the case, Edientina. MPP for any NDC for more parliament na edge opinion on that law when they knew law na yeah can families sexual bill na yeah can was me the na MPP na majority at the time meba mami busa question na chiremu said ye bon komo mesel MPP na majority at the time. Senya ye de bill no call your na omo pene so ansa na we say afa ye de bill no come president say ansa na tumi aye adwuma no. All these things were in there. Me pacho me boa.
Yes.
But yet the majority at the time agreed to the bill to be sent to the president. And why is it that as at time nanka ye ka 717 nanka parliamentarians na betwe mu say we dey fa ko we men fa nko we yen film ni na ehye a ye de call
politics. We saw politics.
They said the more they were calling out some of these things, as low as
why didn't they stick to their grounds at the time before passing the bill for now? Leave the president, the president's signature.
They did. As low as was it about dildos?
I think sex toys.
Dildos, yeah.
Sex toys.
It's offer one element that could have attacked other people.
But the more they were raising some of these points, the more NDC was using it against them, and people were making MPP unpopular because they were raising tangible points about the law. This was the problem. Emrano NPP and can say Pemrano, but almost say maybe womu yanshen ya ni e pasia. Obi otini be bi krampo no and na me ma about cross dressing ka bi de bia ye bekwa ko beli your friend say tili obi on pe wasem obi on wo issue who say say nia ho otie yi wo amanfo amini wo
ohun me biara ne sada bi ko mu ka ya chi ye wa abeka janhia no ha ya
no nam ne chese ye be chi o sesi a o hwe se nia mra ne tie na eno na MPP ka say menua emra na mo nto boboas what did we do? No,
so then this raise, then this they are working, me pacho. Let's make it clear because senior working MPP for no more raising questions on the bill. Say bill no. Mobayama wan shy akọ criminalizing conform muti omo baby kro munyehe. That was their concern, right? They were raising issues. Na na wo bill ni me was say rectify. And sana ya je atuma de akọ omampani was omampani fa signature to agreed. But then I still sit here and I ask myself, then that questions their leadership because they couldn't maybe nyabote woman to me because at the time they were majority. Woman to me and Nina said there be yem penisu mamu fa bill no enkomo man penise one sign because and ye maybe what bill ni ma one hire the bar say bia me ya boy to de bia me pese me share jeans na me share shirt share baggy ebe to me ye be ka say my cross dressing ti ye ba be che me wan so me so say be
boys your more TikTok or your content.
Yes, content. I mean, Maka said even way back to Kiso concert party. Now, near comedians are almost share ma brazy anyway. Ebejina stage for entertainment. And Tina at the time, you know, in as much as yes, public can yeah. I didn't Tina MPPM to me and you know, nice one kase debi problems here. What be media? Yeah, engine to mamun kase yeah they call man penny ho. Nemo mo penny. Now, if you say the bill no come and penny one sana, it took one gentleman Richard Sky to take the issue to court and sana man penny say bill no embeto on nim. Me pacho they make an ultimacy. So great. They all can
me pacho me ti was here, but follow Parliamentary. Na say and minority leader, Honorable Afinyo Makin. Mr. Speaker, I say, Mr. Speaker, you remember when I stand up here, and when I stand here and I raise issues, you tell me, Honorable, your back is empty. So I know, sometimes you raise some of the things, but when your back is empty, Parliament here the numbers there. So on the day of the question, now we raise questions near mano. The numbers also account to those who are for and those who are against. What's the matter? In as much as MPP were raising all these points, sometimes when the decisions are going to be taken now, the numbers also count. How many people were in Parliament at that time? So there are technicalities in there. But as for the facts, are you
saying that some of the MPP members were absent
sometimes
during the time where?
Technicalities NDC with all these numbers, they will face the same challenges. When primary say bedru na obi obi sita nikache nso jai constituency nomra metina parliament e bedru ho enti no minuaba this were the points at that time. And MPP can say, Mumian Shemran Yamrandi Yina Jitum say ye here bibisa. Ne mo no mrana modia bano, and ye may be more your best friend quote unquote excesses. Let's look at it. And I make us say, me, I have experience with certain laws. I minim, quite a faso, debi me commende Betty Mold when it got to levy distribution catches above 5 ye be pon ni ntira ye buy ye main thing no ye getting our CMOs ya kan ho na wi nti ye miem pass we all agreed and ye pass ye nya a law, but we are facing certain challenges with disbursements. There are laws bebre wo ha sa na tie se ya nhwehwe nyema ni bebre. Now comprehensive sexual education urezi when that thing came up at that time, the same thing as President Mama call for a nay. When the then government, through whatever means, I don't know, there was a proposal for a comprehensive sexual BBBBB in schools. They even use it against the government. See, way was school no. Even curriculum no dia banu crampo na enya yenfa curriculum no ni enhwe excesses ewomu ni encorrect no omu use against government propaganda and ne president say yenfa nko schools ni enko chere here we are you see the same thing wo hwe omu the case ni court no antra president Nanado Entimian Signer. What was their point? They were saying, say, look, Emrano, let's have a second look because maybe it frowns on human rights. Entiyan checking here. That was what they were calling for. The same thing, and President Mahama say we should have a second look at the law. I support it. Let's go back. Me, I support it. I'm happy. Then I think I now understand why during the campaign. Let me confess. It got to a point. Me tie NDC for someone more come. Me say I did minya yanka NDC be win you. Never share. Send your drama no be unfold when they come to power. Because what's your man? Grofu ya someone who can. And I'm going to get a bag of popcorn and a nice sofa. No matter soft drink beers you no matter cross me na Martin no matter how it will go.
But Socrates, do you recognize that the point still on the point where you're talking about Parliament, say we deal with numbers, MP ne do baby decisions na MPs ni and all that. Do you recognize that they failed Ghanaians with regards to the bill?
NPP?
Yeah.
No. They did what they have to do.
The parliamentarians.
No, they did what? And you know, when they failed in parliament, then I think say the president side no individuals who also have interest take it up and they be baby. Thank God. Say Nana do ampase. What am I say? Say one pass. Who say President Mahama who say bill and send yet we should have a second look. Whoever took Richard Sky, Yambona Baso, and you're no court no. There were others in so court delay drune. So almost say Emrano, I aspire these are legalities. Me, I'm not a lawyer. People have made legal arguments. Me tiebi, ebi Thomasum. I can't make that legal argument. What am I saying? Because I'm not a lawyer. But me dear, near me denya say President Mahama and so the wisdom in having the second look at the law. Thank God for that.
Are we foreseeing, and this is to all of you, are we foreseeing another 4 years go by where this bill will never be materialized?
It will not take 4 years. It will not take till it can. This bill, it can take 1 week. 1 week.
So, Honorable Sam George, so far maintain a comment on this particular Mahama comment here we're making, because I remember it was on City TV and I know Kase.
There be one friend, no friend, no Kasa. One friend, Obi friend.
So great.
Friend no.
Yeah, but
me see this law.
So great, so great,
Some judge will push it for 1 week.
So great, yeah, but
they have the majority in your friends says MPP for crown po boy autonomous mama NDC for ewo ho. Betimi ako 24 hours. Betimi within 24 hours. Betimi first reading, second reading, third reading.
But you see, let us not ignore the parts. Hold on.
They have their ministers. Mm-hmm. They are there. They will push it. The speaker is also there. He will also push it. So I
don't also want us to neglect something President Mahama said.
Yeah.
Say, Bill Nimpoma at this point it shouldn't even be a privately.
Yes, that's what I was bringing. That's what that's what I was going to say. So let us not ignore
ministers.
Let us not ignore the fact that our bill will not a private members bill.
Yes.
And no a government sponsored bill.
And the opportunity is there. A minister will push it. Yeah, so we have to do it. I agree.
That is that's why President Mahama is saying it has to start again.
Good.
Then if it's a government sponsored bill, then hopefully it will be signed.
You start here within 1 week. You bet me.
Yes.
You start here within 1 week. You bet me. President can. Let's start.
Okay.
Let's take it to here. Wait, paper actually you. Unim how long it take you a month and almost trotro. Nyamencha de yachura de ne all the engagement have been done already. We can add the reports. Omopa yebetimi afrefru bia mona betina sibium. Then it goes through Parliament.
So Socrates Obisa Assembly, I think say ohona mesme focus kakra, because you gave a reason. See at the end to me far MPP majority, so still na nkaya copy president tenim. I mean you can't blame you can't blame the NDC for showing up in Parliament at that time to come and push something
exactly my point
was important to them. And if the MPP, because me sure said they amended certain things, because okay, as you even said, Esla Usu Peja be sent here and check his party nya. And the final bill now ka echo president hono. Did the MPP ensure say all the things now on more say it will cause the excesses no? Did they do their due diligence to ensure say as the majority in Parliament at the time no? Did they do ensure say anyone free mu and san and echo president ho, and now because almost so propaganda anti mom per se amount for bedroom say they too they are the ones holding the bill in Parliament intino. Almost so the amount for just probably to win some political score in the eyes of the people. Also, any NDC 440 say Omufili say very important will show up in Parliament on the day of voting. And on the day to decide if this thing should pass. That be and some of them they had to go and do the numbers, because how does the majority in Parliament lose out on this thing to the minority? hold on. Lose on to the minority in parliament. And no memo there, I think said there is a certain level of responsibility on the majority as well. Unless of course you are telling me some of the majority secretly voted for the bill too. Because that can account for the numbers, no?
It was a unanimous decision with everybody there.
So then why is the NDC supposed to be blamed for taking the burden if there are SSs and it's a unanimous thing, which means the entire parliament agrees that Adewe Enko. And as far as I know, parliament is made up of majority and minority, and majority was the main over there until if it's unanimous, like a unity, unanimously done. Why are we here?
Yeah, readings no. Near go through na raise points near defeat you are technically you are defeated. What am I saying? No. When it comes to the final fine, there's nothing you can do. There are technicalities there.
Well, I stand by my points. If they think the bill was good enough to be passed under the Akufo-Addo government, it is good enough to be passed under the Mahama government.
Okay. Ain't it here for say emrebe mo eneno ye be phone lines na monso mafre na matre madwin 20 minutes after 3 wutie Peace FM entertainment review and wasugusu a wutie and the 18th of January meeting the MCI abwa menene mitna ekonyemu ama akwasi aboaje ain't no enkomo ya ababeto dwe this bill president actually must say because say adieno abinda da no unsigning no say no a trim but on case one sign let me make that clear because enkofo be brintia papa on case on signing yes ana president Mahama ache na mum opeso che say yen trase yen hwe bill no na afa yen sanfa mra biu because abinda da na signing de na che say twem ntia was yes akotena se ne ekoye yen hihye ni biu ne ye de ba ansana se obesanya obetumi ede ne signature ayeden atoso enti no etiefo moma yen ente sa enkomo yi ase yemfa nkomo we ntwe ha na yebesa baba betwa yedwumedie ne so
Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review. Entertainment review.
I'm a beer. It can't miss.
24 minutes after 3, Peace FM Entertainment Review. No, Asugusu, I would say, meeting the MC, ya boy, and you man, I would say, a Sakodia or Bidi Pombidi, and I can promise bringing you another beautiful one by Can Promise Sakodia. Yeah, then they own a hotel.
I command the pumping moja.
And she says, I command move and do you.
I command the pumping moja in your photo.
Sir, hey, as a man, are okay. So now, are you people saying that now you cannot fall in love with somebody in peace and love the person? Say, I love you wholeheartedly. You can't say, bro, for no man.
Right now, it's whole brainly.
December, I made my kuma kodo become you.
Everybody say, come here. Peter, for Facebook, and so now man for head your studio. I keep it for so one my chance. Hey, I pick you, baby, on one side. Woo! Let's go now. I don't change the muscle. Baby, koya bako. It don't know my tussle. A sunny day, my sunny day. I think. Hey. It's okay. Take it 20. Yes. Yes, see, I pick it on one side.
Honorable Jifa she said.
Honorable Jifa she wouldn't look aside, you know. What was that? It's okay, so I move, babe. Move, babe.
Oh, that was.
How many years ago was that video, though?
Almost 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
At what event?
Oh, now organize awards, not organize awards scheme before creative snare or more. Yeah, into me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
and so what happened? Was it that your friend dancing competition? And I said now everybody was dancing and then you just decided to dance.
Hi, Jifa bread. She called me to thank me, and yeah.
I see. I mean, definitely on one.
She wasn't expecting it anyway. She wasn't expecting. She was thanking me for
Oh no! So you are saying she was giving a Thanksgiving speech?
Yeah.
And now we join the stage now only the side.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Now who school now you cry because I say we are not till who's actually say crackings and now also say there and now.
Yes, you have no chima me no nya.
But say me idea say no.
Oh yeah, that's why. Obi sana uko train now yes say I don't know
ya. Train the bar stage man be say you. Me na me train the bar and it was my dance so she owes me a dance.
It was your dance. Like,
Yeah.
Obi hear the program now. Our baby no. Who dance? How do you mean it was your dance?
No, me na me train by. Some ramiensa. Good. And to say no, she owes me. Say obey on be invite me ni asa. Yeah, the prrr. Yes, yeah, this. But look, okay. Jifa abua me papa. When I was in office, Jifa was one of my key advisors.
Wow.
Yeah, based on experience on Nunya, you know. And never be me consult on how to go about it. Once I mean public servant and I say how many money man. Public servants. Once a private for there was any no having been there before. Until now, she was one of my advisors and when she was also in office, I also supported her.
Okay.
So
I hope this time around you will support her.
Oh, why not? Me no relationship way back. Unim say me na me jifa echo two TV screens so first. Me na me man in the first experience on screen.
Really?
Ghost years.
As an actor.
Yeah, as an
yeah.
No, or no theater did that. No theater did that. But being on screen, no dear, I have that record, and she can't deny it. I'm a man that experience.
Anyway, Honorable Jifa Abla Gomashi has been nominated for nominated as a minister designate for Ministry of Tourism. Say Dina say yeah, confusing me. Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. Honorable Jifa Abla Gomashi ena obeba bedi yenimu. Na mobe kaya ansana yeba be swear in president Enkrata bi betoja, which was stating a year for the first 120 days enyuma a year president betnaswa obeye first 120 days enyama okasa obeye bebre but Niene ye betwetwe ho nkomo eye the Black Stars experience because about the creative arts in komonima eno yade ba ko a wo mo ka say wo mo ebeye ama eye creative art for no o kan eye bullet point number 20 a say we will launch the Black Star Experience Initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination. To transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination. We one of the projects now one more essay one more by first 120 days in a year abemono and na one more say one more by na say in common ye dino say Thursday any share komo yase tilly as a Tuesday no menya sure say na time no na appointment na ababeto janti. So let's let you and ya also have your bite on the minister that has been appointed for this sector before we zoom into other aspects because in common ye bedino First of all, let's hear your thoughts on the Madam Jifa Abla Gomashi being nominated as the Minister of Tourism.
Okay. First of all, congratulations, and also because Ejuma we were paying, but I think that she did it in the capacity as a deputy. Until this time, no, she's at the helms of affairs. Otimirani Bibi and me sure say certain ideas are now or what at the time as a deputy probably went to me and execute because not our substantive minister be no din anymore sebe or no ni goals ni or no ne plans na ye deal with no. I think say now we who in your money p. And per what I've seen our sector hano, a lot of us were advocating for her, not necessarily because of your banty, but because they believe so our experience, and looking at the term of your president, where they will need somebody that has an experience already. To me, the ocean holistically, I think say she has an experience with politics. She has an experience with that, even the ministry no community. She has an experience there. She has good experience with the sector, whether a cultural side, the creative side, the creative art side, because if I go mashi school of performing arts of Remu drama club, a friend is saying National Theatre, if I go mashi din wo and announce so create a movie, I'm sure say per her activities in the space, I'm sure so on a music, abrashi events and all the other sides. And as a politician, so only me sure pass it almost and they were pushing almost setting up a first, the ministry first, into all the legislative work in the home common. She would have been part of in common in parliament and know the right strings to pull and push for something. And to me, one dear, I didn't see anybody that would have been perfect for that job than her. Not because your intelligence will be, but when it comes to somebody that embodied holistically the experience from the politics, your sector, the various facets of your sector. Now, I think say she stood out tall than anybody. I'm very, very excited for her. Congratulations. But I keep saying, same way, and not amount for a man or more peer for ye pay, anti Jifa Gomashi, ye pay, no same way. So, but not sending a pen on when delivered, all of us be disappointed. And yes, so your sector, most of us are in front of cameras and in front of microphones. And when we are unhappy too, we make you know that we are unhappy. But say yes, so young Crawford now we say we wanted one of our own abba, and let's say abba as a deputy, abba as substantive yeah my who quine yeah man quine amana yeah amai now entiasia because listen what you say me to her make her say I am talking based on whatever I think it is that she has to do, but so no as minister when she goes there and she sees the bureaucracy and things she has to do and what goes into even getting something basic. When she goes and she sees how the technicalities are involved, and we will be displeased or very pleased because yet her and I who say A+ call Parliament one time per or say hey you hear sirens. What you say? And to what you chira wusunku, but all remuna who technicalities and what it actually entails are. The conversation is different, but at the end of the day, whatever the case may be, if there is growth in the sector, it is undeniable. Whether it's a personal agenda never with him, when to me achieve an ambassador, now there is a general growth in the sector. Me assure say utimi hu, and I will use the just ended MPP government as an example. We all know, say generally. I mean, we put any verdict by the voter about December 8th. People were very displeased with the MPP government. However, so what tourism sector now? And young men make a child say they did very well. What you say? It's yes, there are certain things that makes them unable to deliver on certain idea pay where we sit. Ya dream on your feel say was so but so to man so be. And I'm just hoping that we give her the chance, the support, and to make sure, now at this point, I'm thinking, the next phase will be the agencies. Because the agencies, if we get good heads to say, Mr. Kwesi German for GTA and what they have done in this 8 years, will be a better wasso, and now be maintaining our standard now. Me sure say whichever initiative they are bringing, the Black Star experience, whatever it is, know how to tie it into our culture and your sector and movie and make sure every facet of the sector is involved in it. I think we'll have a very good 4 years coming. Okay. I think we will because she understands us holistically.
Okay. Yeah. A microphone name.
Okay, Ms. Mesa, congratulations to Honorable Jifa Gomashi. The way our industry for Akase, the Pobio industry. I think with the past 8 years, looking at Honorable Mark additions, any conversations about in the background, you realize yes, we are deputy here, Utumiswa. Inti you advocate here, say the one of our own. Fansha who in fact team baby by finally yenya substantive minister designate. What this shows, especially considering saying your ministries ni more designate here, no chere say the tourism culture and creative arts ministry no an important pillar the new government, which a very good sign the beginning. Also already why deputy minister da inti I believe say or understanding the bureaucracy what in that ministry already per her experience, because we the first time inti she has in a way may assume say she knows how to get the work done, because nanka ya point here will be only say experience nothing and back on the baptism of fire. But we do when the baptism into the dynamics nasi. And considering she's also an experienced parliamentarian, in fact the constituency NDC Forward Bank who say obey you so that to any benefit in terms of getting things done. I think Tilika baby in Crawford MPP government. But one thing I ain't me from Monsebe boost our tourism industry. So she's coming into a ministry proving that it can work. In case when Timia maintains our standard now, in fact, we crying in paperwork, ye the Bazni, so it's my money as you meet say time now no a deputy the same ministry that be. You see where ministry prove say you juma. In Tiesa or Urbano, she comes in with the mindset of making it work. I believe say leaving a lasting legacy far important than just holding the portfolio so you're minister.
Yeah.
Because this is an industry that even though last 4 years, because you go through a lot of economic situationship. The saving grace of Ghana, tourism. About December, any other parts of the foreign exchange, so this next 4 years, no, situation, industry relegated to the background,
right?
Because first now I must say GDP send ya deba. The GDP ya deba pa inti ya deba nkwan de ese etimi nya.
I'm release a report to be actually. No, have you seen it?
I've not seen it, but
so great. Is there any report that shows how much creative arts sector, tourism, creative arts, how much they contribute to the GDP of the country?
Yeah, and I bet too. Maybe a bet significant, because from 2019 to now,
significant
in terms of revenue stream, in terms of the number of people tourism, crew number of people moko your various tourist sites, the level of foreign exchange. In fact, this December,
what is information
that me but me okay. Meaning from what I've seen, a very significant contribution. Because December we cry bomb scrap bar town cry. December we cry say go farmer baby cry bomb se ba ye cry sky mu hwe egu economy ne mu cry. So she's coming to lead a profitable industry. So we need a bigger seat at the table. And I'm hoping say with the Omatro manifesto mono, especially with the Black Star experience, which is a year-long event. I'm hoping
every month we are okay. Na so great. Obeka bibia kan wana say ye movie on.
Oh, okay. Kakra am the back on say when him said this is the first time a creative person and kasa or head industry.
Yeah. And a female.
Yeah. A gender is irrelevant.
No. I'm trying. Hey, Masa. Me say no your president awabano or tiasie girl power. I mean, we are saying this to encourage women that it is possible. We say gender is irrelevant to say
mama it is possible. I call position it is possible.
And see, this is the first time a creative person and also the little experience and also Edeba. I'm praying for her and knowing Jifago Mashi with the right consultation, which is at her fingertips, she can just get it easily.
Okay.
In the past during the NDC time, any MPP time, she can reach out, and I know say she will be supported.
Okay. Yeah, me share Black Stars experience na ankaya bosono. So the Black Stars experience, the NDC is saying, say, according to the NDC manifesto, on the part of the creative arts, the Black Stars experience, ebeye Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand. It's here for Mufanchemi. Ebeye Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand to make Ghana a preferred tourism destination. The Black Star experience will undertake a year-round celebration in all the major entertainment, artistic, and educational disciplines. Inti Oba Ome breaking it down to a year the Pan-African Month, celebrating heritage, history, and diaspora engagement. 2, the Ghana Film Festival and Awards Month. 3, the Ghana Music World. 4, Culinary Month. 5, Architecture, Design, Arts and Crafts. 6, Fashion and Textiles Month. 7, Literacy and Literary Month. 8, Oba Babesha said na ya ukano every month bia ewo eye dia omobeye den omobe launch. Into Oba Hanum say in the month of March ebeye the Heritage, History and Diaspora Month, where the true story of the people of Ghana. I face so over April. Yes, say Black Star stroke Pan-African Month. I'll say we will be joined by the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. and Marcus Garvey. Chesomba Bekain who in the month of April Naya celebrate a year the Black Star and Pan-African Month. Oba a year the month of August and also Nidia Woho and also Food and Drinks Month, not just a Culinary Month, celebrating the diversity of Ghanaian culinary arts, including Chese Inyanene Yabubo Woho at Bele Chese Edosun. September so ewo honoma ye best celebrate a year the Ghanaian architecture art forms and highlight new challenges. And in the month of October a year for celebration of Ghanaian Film Festival and Awards. In the month of November and so be focus on fashion, textiles, garment, accessories and so on. Na December dim akwa ye a year Ghana Music Festival month featuring high life, hip life, dance hall, choral, traditional, and many more. And see, share the first 120 days. Na yin say, time and I saw it in Komoyobe Boakakra. Time ye to minya a lot of foreigners more back country nim eba be experience your tourism sites wahani adi ebusi senya na ya wo kan sika ebe o man nim ni adi ni na akwa yes ni na akwa hye December.
Yeah,
which is popularly now known as a year December in GH. Yeah, beyond the return about dirty December, you know. But share the first 120 days here. Over the years, I think the previous government said munina mosi to say ban tourism. Yen to mean kase abaina etwemono oman project sa sector ni. Enti ama December die utieti enkomo ekọ social media, so YouTubers, influencers do ona isolate December, say December dey yeko Ghana. But share the first 120 days here a folly Easter eshemubio. Yeah. But I don't think so we've been able to sell that celebration enough and at that time so one more be able to December one more at least one more say in the month of this month, and as I say Easter holidays and so Ghana no idea ye betumi ayede akọ so akọ experience the beautiful country called Ghana. It is our Black Star experience ni year this various enyema ye we feel say within this first 120 days no would it be possible say ye betumi a project this part of Ghana so when it comes to a year Easter holidays and yada.
Well, everything is possible. Everything depending on the people who are managing it. Mekaise GTA has set up project Biana. We were going to have 4 seasons around within the year to have the diaspora to come down. Yeah, but set agenda to send a year December in GH, you know. Yes, 34 seasons. Every quarter, no, there was going to be something. Mr. Ajima Krampo Bahan saying that day no Bahano or Hinti. We set it up, and because December is not even the the travel month for even those in the diaspora. It's in summer. Summer mo no mutu kwan pa holidays ni nneɛma nyinaa ne summer na mutu kwan pa. But we were able to market the December over there and the cheer. Then we were targeting summer. Then we will come to Easter. Then also near set it up. Nisani many nyina obetimi aya. There is a roadmap idea. And yes, so tina siya na okay ya no mobile. No, a whole strategy. A whole strategy. Remember hinta. Among 40 events. Obi anko. But there is also another way I obetimi aya event. Among for pa. Depending on who you tap in, who an influencer that you will be using. Or what constituency be or baby. I'll bet me a tap that constituency diaba. The way so tap away diaba. The way I tap away diaba. No dia. Udinin have a boom. Boom say, oh frere. Na a man for a big go bre. You were quite fast yeno. It's not just about saying say, hey, December and I say Easter, diaspora form road, debi. So I have been part of some of the trips before in marketing Ghana out there. And I tell you, say, enye jumaketwa. Kwan obefa so akasa.
And are you saying, say, it's not achievable within the first 120 days in office?
Me say, everything is possible under the sun.
Right.
Depending on who is doing what.
Okay. So, I think, say, within the first 120 days, according to Enyema Omobeyeno, you have launched the Black Star Experience, which I've stated, say, it comes with different activities during the month, any other day. But you share this beyond the return and stuff. I say no na babejidin. Ujidi say yan suman twaswa we can lose that. Mean kind of say brand equity now you creating over there because me said this year move follow ya as na conversation because of social media but to me and Jin Samosa about the fact that Nigerians were trying to take that concept and then make it, and all the time we've had that conversation and Nigerian force they will do it better than us. That conversation has been going on. So are we at risk of losing that brand equity now you're creative for?
Yes. Yes. I have been in meetings Nigerians on 2 occasions on my bahan saying our mobile and the purpose they say they want to come and study what we are doing. They came, we had a meeting with them. Almost the whole team in the bar, and you almost didn't combo. Almost fancy, almost bar purposely for it. Now, the biggest mistake at this government say Obere branded December in GH. That would be the biggest mistake. Because you see, your festivals be what a bruchere to say a be a Juneteenth. Juneteenth has been there ever since. You can't Juneteenth obi and they celebrate it. But the moment somebody comes and want to rebrand it, it will lose its emotional attachment. There are things because of brand attachment a man for assume the moment obe change it, they say ubon say football team be know we are changing it in affecting kakra artists or see ma changing it in affecting kakra who put in a lot to get the new name out there. Into December in GH, I'll plead with my people. Please maintain it. It's about Ghana. It's not about your friend is saying let's maintain the brand. Okay. December in GH. And no na otonwa easy amount. Fine. If you want to do your Black Star experience, do it.
Because all share activities now almost be launched for December now. I didn't see the word because it's a word introduced by the past government in India. But the Black Star experience now will share activities for December now. A Ghana Music Festival month.
In
featuring
December?
In December. Under the Black Star experience, a Ghana Music Festival month featuring high life, hip life, dancehall, choral, traditional and dance, as well as awards. So I don't see anything about December in GH and you know.
No, a campaign, Kasa. Yes, you say Oma Babemo.
Yeah.
I believe when they sit around the table and they are planning what to do.
Ideas.
Okay. They will maintain, and I plead with them, my folks out there, please maintain it. Okay. It doesn't take anything away from you, and I say, no, it rather shows that yes, you have the market at heart. Okay. You know, maintain it. Media no. Okay. Maintain it. Yeah.
Tilly, patch off a microphone on Ebrim.
Let me end at where he started. Let me start at where he ended.
How can you end the submission before starting? Anyway, I don't know where your mind is today, but
my mind is very here.
Okay.
I think say December in GH, now we know it's area say abihu. It's for no. It did not start. Cecilia. There's something about it in Tia. I say no matter who tries to replicate it, it still might not be like December in GH Ghana, because there is a sentimental and spiritual something attached to December in GH. Now, no. What am I saying? Okay, say 400 years of slavery was saying come back home to Ghana. President a call beyond the return. Year of return. That was the year of return.
Year of return yes. Beyond the return.
Say come home near dia. We have celebrities like Sakwa na plus on Sanamaka come home near dia. There is a reason why a lot of these celebrities they come to Ghana and then they go to our forts and castles. They go there and then they take that experience back to the people. Typical example is Steve Harvey. How they share that connection with their ancestry when they are in Ghana and they are in places that is significant to Sa or Mobile Line. It's Ghana, Ghana is the gateway, Ghana is the center of whatever now. And yes, the ability of then times MPP government, President Akufo-Addo, GTA, and the Ghana tourism sector, and also the creative sector, to be able to tie Sa Adienu to a very emotional and something sentimental and valuable, even spiritual, to the diaspora is what has made December in GH what we have now. For any government to come and say I am pushing that thing that they have built for 7 years, 8 years, now so Obiwa the experience the Ghana is like you have to be a part of it. Now say I say Los Angeles, your friend is saying may you about Ghana, our Ghana I say Ghana has become a name on the mouth of people outside when it comes to a place of destination, and it's not just Ghana, it is December in GH. And say the current NDC government does not look at the benefits and of how or the value and the equity of that brand now you are building over the years, no, but because they also want to start something that will be for them, they will throw all those things away just to bring, because mind you have to give somebody a very sound reason why Black Star experience is also something that will make them say that I'm choosing Nigeria over Ghana, or I'm choosing Ghana over Nigeria. Sorry, what you say? And I think I don't really mind whatever they do the entire year, which I think is very good for the Black Star experience, because I realized December in GH, it was just December in GH, even though tourism was the whole year, but it looks like how they will infuse the creative side, the culture side into the tourism the entire 11 months now. I think say na shaky kakra, but December the year and the Black Star experience can be an umbrella thing that happens the entire year. Of course, on my list event or on be prioritizing in every month. I'm guessing they should do that, but December should be a December in GH thing that has already been sold, has its audience, has its people already down. They shouldn't scrap that thing at all, because it will not be any Ghana interest if they tell me say we scrapped something that Ghana has invested in, Ghana has marketed. for Black Star, then it is just a party thing or more. And yeah, because there's already something a market here, a one home market. If you ain't broke, why change the formula? What you are saying? So the rest of the year, they can do all that. They can make it a bigger umbrella. Black Star experience every month. Something has to happen because, mind you, when you say Katano, I went online and I went to check the agencies. A share sector, and I say, yeah, there is a sector, there is an agency ready to be able to support everything they do each month. That will actually amplify that agency. We have the Ghana Tourism GTA. I don't know December Ghana museums. There is something I mentioned for the Black Star experience. Something about museums and whatever monuments. National Theatre of Ghana. If they want to do productions, the month they want to dedicate that agency NGT. They have something that will amplify and almost there is something for the National Commission on Culture. There's something for the Ghana Tourism Development Company, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial. All these things. So you see the whole year under the umbrella of the Black Star experience to build it to make their mark and leave a legacy without scrapping the beyond the December in GH or beyond the return, because that is something Ghana invested in. It wasn't Akufo-Addo that invested in it too. Yeah. It was Ghana that invested in it and made sure build on it, because sector, one thing that beats us is lack of continuity.
Okay. Yeah.
Oko election ma de o manifesto ba nti o manifesto ba na ye tomawa say the promise of manifesto nim na obe implement and ameboa. So I believe say in the manifesto they had a Black Star experience amongst numerous activities and some by my industry, no. So I think definitely on be activity Black Star experience. As to whether December in Ghana would remain as a sub name, I guess when we have the full complement of agency staff and agency heads, no, a comprehensive idea. But Black Star experience a very great initiative, especially someone implementing a year. Apart from the fact that best selling Ghana, no, a bit may create a wide range of employment, because every single month obey activation. So be here project managers, so be here stage managers, even talent managers. In TS every month, you be active, and yet just neglected to just December ni Easter. A lot of foreigners coming through. So you are Ghana all year round. Into a very brilliant initiative. As to whether Betman implementing a few way there, I think Omuntimi implementing it fully. But in the first 120 days, ni launching it, Betman launch it, because once agency heads and the minister is vetted and approved, I think they have more enough time to implement some of the things, because omokwa number check is in fact that's now a buying gusu check is first inti and sikani de be activations no and at the end a buying sikakra after na some find the private investment and a way na take it time enye 120 days as, because after na say omo decks ekra put together, because manifesto they usually are just idea based, but implementation there is o activation decks are be presented to potential investors be buying into the idea. But I looking at the Nkrofo in this at this moment with the likes of Baba Sadiq ne Rex Omamo, I think they have more nim no to continue from where the previous government left off. Say omen timi anya say na payo, because the knowledge base youth ideas for ho ome prove say ome timi implement certain type of event, because because say yes inauguration omo ye ni there and the omo ye other events ni hopefully enye youth wing na organize freedom victory concert no hopefully enye omo but I believe some more capable people meet me, and industry I complain say segmented in certain parts of the year. enye all round nti se bi we ba na be all round na ye didi good me de me fo aso me tawo mechi in fact full support omu hia mbo akra ye wo ho kakra na beje but experience ye eni ba kufo ni tire na ye wo ho mo frɛ ya for Ghana ye beba ya asma pone kakra ma na so de share ata so na ya ji ni my name Fiska.
Okay. And come away, ye measure a hanum saying so. Ye na ya express ye fear, and I say, near a beme who be here and say scrappy some of the things are a year previous governments na ya too. Mubekaya during the campaign time, no. Kumase a year His Excellency any creative phobia koshiaye and come bebre echo so ho. One of the conversations a course say was about a year music streaming platform. A year Abeku Santana a music streaming platform no enepa no who here na uko Nigeria ka omo the biggest music market no kra no omu ankasa omu music streaming platform. This became a very big conversation. Ama prior to that, I launched a year the GMX app no. Na GMX app no so no. As at the time it was launched, no, it was for trial basis. Say they try it. And they have stated say this month a year January and a bit take effect from January. I best start say how pretty say be ye juma. But as a yenti ho hwe. So great. Me pacho unim a GMX app no. So, like what's the fate now of the GMX app? What happens to it now? Because as at this time no ye nyanti ho hwe ne nanke ayesi ani PR ni bekasa na nkwa cheche mu but yensanka no ye pusuma yensanka no. Now I'm asking this to say, is this some, because from most of the comments I call so a year KNUST creative gathering with now President Mahama no, it was as though they didn't see the relevance of the app. And it's our app here, ye bebo who de ro a launch yeah and who did the conversations are no. What's going to happen to it?
Kra mi minimum say a lot of artists have been signed on the GMX no. Meet me abo artist ni beat say bisake de ni munyina have visited the office omo aye the necessary engagements ne man intino. Behind the scenes a lot is going on. Yeah. Me crying me lady Alaptawan Koi so she's signed and all that. Inti artists need the minimum say omo aiding kita home behind the scenes. Now they are uploading their songs for pending the actual rollout. They are coming to start a big promotion across the country.
Okay.
That I know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So idea back one me can say even they are looking at some of our artists now the coastal areas now. Ni funny ni those King Jerry no money that artist no. They have a package, promotional package and all those things. So the little I know, they say they are coming out big. Yeah. They are coming out big. Yeah.
Socrates, Mrs. Socrates, Tilly, have you heard anything about the GMX app so far?
No, but Socrates ne me aka ho asem da na o ka se me ne edi Japan.
Yeah.
En kasa na ye hwe se opese de ne project eto so but ye be afi ne be ye projects for front no me ne kan ye interested because obviously me sure say whichever way is kasem.
Yeah.
Okay.
And artists are looking for money.
Yeah.
If there's another means to make money, why not? No. So creating me aka wasem, but the platform itself, I haven't seen much about it. I'm like, which obviously I was thinking, same. There will also be a very big introduction because I know for sure, say, they made it clear to us. Things were not clear. No, it wasn't about me app. and the because Baumia is no longer on, the app is dead. They made us aware, say it was a PPP. And if clearly there is no Baumia, it means that there's a private side that have invested in the thing that knows the potential of the thing. I don't expect it to die off. And now I will also look forward to see what they are doing to market the app. And yes, sir, saying who she not say anybody that thought it was just another propaganda by the MPP to score some points, Mr. Digital, not just or ya cannot be that. And as I said, there's something they're about to do, and I'm hoping to see it, because for sure, they made us know that it is not about Baumia or the MPP. And if it is not, and the GMX company is still active and is working, I don't see why the app should die.
Yeah, I mean, one of the major concerns, and our boss Okaka, was that GMS app had a huge backing from the past government.
Yeah.
I mean, His Excellency Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, ex-Vice President, and how he believes that we need it as an industry and all of that. And see, like you're saying, one of the questions and Kofo raising is, he say, what happens to it? Because will this GMX app still have that backing that they had from the past government, especially looking at the conversation that happened in Kumasi concerning the relevance of the app? No.
Okay, so my main command is saying, as we sit here, Yenim say Dr. Baumia went to grace the occasion. The involvement of government at the time, no. I think so Mr. Jemai ever come and said there were things so GMX no so they saw its fit say Dr. Baumia ekolonchia any problem bia, which is why we saw him there. And if obviously it fell in line with his vision. And to me I don't see what this government has to do for GMX. What you see, because whichever supports they need, whether it's building the app, the connection to the artists, getting free songs to try the app, the previous government is the Baumia government, which clearly saw the importance of that app. They did it for them to make sure they get the app to the face. And I don't know what they can do for it, and I don't think the app has to die because the Baumia government is not in power. Also, I am thinking, if really they need any support, I think Baumia in his capacity, in any capacity, whether it's through his links or it's through his finances, will make sure it stands, because it is part of his portfolio anyways. It is something that in the next 4 years, if he wants to come back to Ghanaians, he can say, GMX app now me can say no. In the last 4 years, no, a boy artist amomu say I say what you say. That is the only way he will have something like that to stand on, to still campaign in the bid of digitization. What you are saying. But when it comes to this government, ruling government now, NDC, they have no business with GMX. No, Weber. They have no business with GMX. It would be nice if they say because we know app where the intent is to get it to pay your sector no your Ghanaians no more than they have to go and struggle to get outside. So if there's anything a bit to me a Ghanaian musician focused first, let's do to make it help no But as I don't want us to also sit here and act ignorantly. We have seen countless times how this GMS conversation has played out in the public domain, especially during the campaign era. You who say Mr. Beku Santana. What that be nyambuchire. Waka say sa app we no who here any ade. And these are the same people that are in government now. As I said, ebeye fe say omobeya ade ebeboa sector no. But I don't think they will involve themselves in the GMX now, because they also have things they want to do or my promising amount for that they will be held accountable to after 4 years. And
I mean, there's the pay-per-view, yes, exactly, and all of that. So
exactly. And I am thinking that they will focus on that, because GMX as it stands now is standing and working. So if there's any other thing, I am thinking, it is now a conversation between the sector minister and now whichever agency head and what they can do to help that app to stand and benefit your sector. No.
Okay.
Oh yes, the make
me sure say aban we beka say because Baumia and Lanchi
No, I don't think that's the conversation.
No. That's not and it will be so nice if they do it. And I'm sure say if there are other things they have to do, because listen, the main thing and backra royalty and no big conversation, licensing, which I think it was part of the problem they were trying to curb with our app. It will come and they will need people in this government to make that thing happen. And I am sure so when it comes to the side of sector, no, any impany for that sector, any agencies, and what they have to do to make sure that that app works. Because listen, it's not even this thing, it even transcends Baumia. Because say app be Spotify or whatever, they want to open a leg here and work with our artists. Obviously, they have to go through some of penny for how to make sure say at the end of the day, our people are not being boom play. I'm sure say they had meetings with the people. Well, I know you're coming for so quick. You get it, and I am sure say what the sector has to do. Whether we are MPP or the app was launched during PNC era, whatever the case, they will do it. But I want to say emphatically that GMX will not be a priority of this NDC government. It will not be. They also have things they want to do. They will focus on doing it because at the end of the day, I'm not going to mark them by the GMX app. I will mark them after 4 years by what they promised us.
Okay. Yeah, Branko money man.
So, my view, I don't think any government should be directly being associated with GMX app. I think as he establishes GMX a privately owned app. Because in my mind, I think when the initial announcement, make us say industry need here app, and that is based on being actively working in the music industry. Me na more launch na say, and I me feel say Alhaji Baumia was misinformed plenty, especially about app na so, because first things first, na GMX is not the first Ghanaian music streaming app.
Oh, how?
Yes.
How can you say that?
Yes, because
say Vice President Antina briefing mu.
Yes.
ATA meeting idea dana kuma so person launch ma Ghana for musicians creative for mu di deno. When they can say, oh, you're misinformed. Yeah.
Then I'm sure say GMX was not an innovation like the way it was portrayed. The way I now portray anything. Because after we say Ghana owned, but not receiving the same level of support. Yes, as a private entity.
Support.
Oh, so they say I ain't because I'm launch and MPP power.
It's not about MPP, it's about government. Do they seek support from government?
Oh, so they seek support from institutions, so free.
But did they seek it from government? Because now the reason why GMX is getting that talk is because they collaborated with government. What you say to make it possible.
I told him says to the full scale of what kind of government support I have.
Oh no, it's been outlined though.
Oh,
no, it's been outlined.
If not, we don't know the full. You see, the confusion by Chroma. Say a Bamia app, no. Another school a private app. Two different things. Yes, government show support in the vice president going for the launch. But saying your government they or multiple tables so someone artists in discuss it. Framework we use no saying your government aka. At the end of the day, no, a majorly run by the private investor in a private way. And my status is here based on the reason make misinformation because our state will launch, as I said, the first music streaming app, which you discussed say incorrect.
Say government
plus say no industry now catch me say my biggest problem music streaming app make us all boy. What matter? Because actively being involved in any streaming app can na me here. The biggest issue no Gamro royalty collection. Na about streaming app. Na about royalty collection. So in me call launch na sekra. The collaboration between government and Gamro na me biggest concern because ana scapudo ne be free aba. First of all, streaming app na yeka ho asem. It will take a lot for them to succeed in terms of marketing, getting even the talents to be involved. It takes a lot, and yet 1 day, 2 day project. But because about a political campaign, a lot of things were rushed because ideally, time I'm launch app no, nyumbia na our platform no. Now you're unauthorized. In fact, Nyumbia was not pirated because no money license for most of the songs on our platform. In fact, be more crowd home coach free video mo and on the tour. Just because
I thought
because a political season.
Maybe Jinahwa, maybe intrim. Jinahwa. Me kai say in common way ye bono. So quit me pacho mawasombe hakaka. Now the conversation was say most of this music a war happen so na yede test trial no. They seeked permission from these artists and no imagine no dia to.
No.
Then any they all can because that's the information and until meboa.
Yes,
that was the conversation.
It was on the GMS. In fact, it was on the first page. How much I said it is not being done for commercial purposes to get commercial benefits from it. Are you saying say they didn't get commercial benefits? However, they didn't get the content correctly too.
Yes, that's what I'm stating. There's a difference. There's a difference between commercial benefit and getting license. Commercial benefit here, your mom with the out me happen so no. Me make profit free me. What you say? And I license here, my bound chance me you show you the ultimate platforms. Commercial, you know, because a free at this time a free ninety or more anything tangible from it.
Yeah.
By indirectly advertisement. Because a platform lesson I will advertise it or happen. Into so when you tangible stick a crowd in your eyeballs. Eyeballs is what matter?
Yeah.
Because the number of apps, no, the number of people more engaged app no they determine the skill because an advert them fan say adverts about platform so and also be determine income ni skill even okay ya discussion up to now you nim pay per play and here beba I'm last year say about yes
2 weeks after the launch
up to now I'm by
still in pacho they all can microphone native for Antini.
No, I must say they will let us know all of those details, which includes the amounts the artists were going to get per stream and how long will even that per stream. I remember stream registered. Some people 30 seconds now one stream registered. They wanted to let us know, and that information was going to come a week after the launch.
By way of information, so no. Ni mean so me say every artist be our coho. Omone ne design komono. I'm an
artist, individual artist. Ni nim say. Yeah, boy, you ma obenya 1 cedi, obenya 50 pesos.
Yes. So ni alapta one coho.
So what was the discussion?
This alapta one.
No, Socrates, no.
Me say this alapta one.
He is
the artist. I am not the artist. I beg you.
No, Socrates, and your artists are quite negotiating these conversations.
Tilly, speaking to the microphone for
industry. Hold on, Socrates.
Okay.
There's a reason, transparency.
Yes.
Don't let us make it look like it is not relevant.
Yeah.
There's a reason now when you go online, Spotify, they let people know how much they get.
Good.
YouTube, they let people know how much they get. In fact, the reason why Boom Play and Common they say Boom Play hasn't stated anywhere. Oko online, you will never see anywhere how much the artists are supposed to earn. And to Kofi don't call Ebeka say, hey, you knew how you be soon is one man because you knew him one stream was worth. We were here, Socrates, when this woman told us vividly that all this information will be made public in a week after the launch.
Okay.
So you can't sit here and now say, Omone artists, when they have told us that they will make it public. Because I am sitting here, I am not an artist, but I work with an artist. So if I have that information, and you listen, you didn't just tell just the artist that we are going to pay you more than all the other platforms. You told all Ghanaians, telling your industry, you say you were going to make it cheaper and then make it a bit profitable than all the others. So if you are now telling us that it is a secret with the artists, how then
I'm
do
not saying this.
So that's exactly what you are doing. You are not using the same words, but you are actually saying the same thing.
Don't imply I beg you.
I'm not.
If I want to say it's a secret, I will say it's a secret.
So how much?
And I make her say. Me, I'm a Hansi.
Or the artists are calling you, no artist.
It is between the artists. Yeah, Mama, I'm negotiate. I'm not part of the management. And here be on your laptop one and manager. Only
so many artists are calling information.
Yes, that is what you should do. But GMX for the Soba. Ubetimi ebisa omo no more date at Twabonti.
But this should be public knowledge. If you are comparing the money,
don't put it on me.
If you are comparing the money to Spotify, then we have to know what
me Babe Busa say. How would it then be enticing for all the other artists on Bekase? Any me nkona me family me way enko GMX so because like it or not, you know, the number of artists now ebe koso no so na ebe tumi aboama app na yede. Ejina.
Yeah.
That's what am I saying? About.
So if that public information you have it here, and we were told that that information was going to be made public
good.
For
by
I
who?
think me busa by.
So why are you holding me to it?
No, because you said that you took an artist there,
I took an
and that
artist
conversation was had. So if there's nothing wrong so Busa because ebiana and common nuti
na ubisa me I can't say oh me nimono.
One kase wunim usi go and ask Alapta one. Yeah, but so if kase wunim it would have been a different conversation. But when you said as a minim but minka.
Oh no, usi ewo ho. So I should go and ask Alapta. But also meeting also one thing. How do you know they negotiated an amount with her if you were not there?
Exactly. How did you know?
How did you know?
Oh okay, I don't know.
How do you? It's okay. It's okay. How did you know?
How do I know what?
Yeah, can't till in say they said they were going to make the thing public, right?
Yes.
And normal making then and I was saying pedia wow chikasa pedia mi no omuni artists near the eka ho asem
good
pedia wu nim but wo so say meeting no want them na wuni ho etu ye den na hu so many artists na ka ho asem
me say pedia mi no omone artist no disankomo no the artist
etu we dey na hu so many disankomo no of how much omo de man we dey na hu
so how much are they agree
me say we dey na hu ye no na me busa
na obi betimi akwa sign agreement onim how much you will get when we be that.
Am I confused or Socrates just
don't get yourself
no
it's confusing
no there who can say listen there who can say how can one sign an agreement without knowing? You are claiming that you were not part of that conversation.
Yes, I didn't sign that. I'm not part of the management.
So how did you know they spoke about it? Because you are saying that they spoke about the amount. How did you know?
Obi beko sign contract ni awomu.
I was artist na sign.
And me say asama me can answer.
I know we me be artist.
I be artist na. They have their confidential clause in their mind. It's between them. Me nyam na me to about team.
Baba me conclude the make.
But me ba me point bi.
Woni point bi am say. My yawie owia.
Oh sorry.
Mana yawie owia. Which information we nya was up a point on that same yeah on patch.
So to conclude like so the way GMX for run a platform. And yes me a prophet of doom. But omo to aso say ya. Anhwa na nkosi because as a platformer wo hia nwom. Enya untimi free artists bia baako so ombra na oni omo negotiate per artist basis. So timinya a base point. Nkrofo we ana we create digital company am aka so omo physical meetings. But say digital company na physical meetings they say ehun hia sa.
I think it's better.
Oh that be.
Kofi we onim boom play for officer. Kofi
so no onim ni atum.
It is good say artist libe hu office ho now a man for call you your friend say audio your friend say
so Nigeria
no when na organ boom play for no boom play a man for call office but sin a man for call
Matia so ba nkrofo so call Nigeria call audio
me say
China
so obi call Ghana office I didn't I say
why asama okana very important
like into who are them say Gamro for more artists be 7,000 in na office on upload your money that be
omo boom play no how do they do it
boom play nyum no en office office
your DSP your distributor
we no more distributors
why mo
GMX They have people, they have people
on,
there.
on which
at the right
platform?
time when they come, they can give you all this information.
Still at the right time coming.
Conversation, Matthias.
I don't like the way pushy at dinner as if say.
Oh no. He's actually asking the right questions.
Yes, me push you, but I don't know. Ye dientina. Yeah, discussing once.
Good.
And I mean, who you may be a fail to say quite the way I say because ideally no say over launch a platform who now hear content.
Yes.
What I say, I said TV state aquaba for here movies no. Or me inviting out the abandon machine. But the way my some more artist to artist basis. So we no. Stress because the ben any artist ni crab kasewi. That's one to me artist here at contract to contract basis. Unya base value na apply to every single person because at the end of the day no any papa kunti na me ko GMX app no say be continue. Metinum bebre. Nti sad na me patch.
O be say onti ase ne say every artist any figure o mo ne negotiate.
There be and person money artist crowd discussing.
Me say me bisa say onti ase ne say artist bia any figure different.
I don't know kan we say artist any artist in kasa so why we talk to the artist?
No, me bisa say nti ase ne say every artist and a different figure and I said yeah.
No, so based on individual negotiations now omo yesisia. Sana me huno.
Sana huno. Oh, okay.
So more discussing different figures. Because a single figure who here so any artist bear one on one.
And is that even possible?
It is actually boom play. So here's the thing. GMX app na car sent here they were going to get the catalog of certain artists to hold the platforms. So actually I don't fault them entirely if they are dealing with some artists one-on-one because artists be catalog as to say other artists and to say if they are meeting them and they watch your catalog obviously they'll allow them on it will be bigger than a laptop one, it will be bigger than the Japan's deal. However, there should be a base and then I'm in a wild bonting. Me a new artist and I may artist we are meeting baby no minimum say 1,000 stream on GMX is worth 1 CD. So me share our price now. Now me share Spotify dia is it worth adding it to my to be distributed? What you say? That does not deter them or shouldn't stop them from having personal deals because if you don't call all can ask them with boom play or can I say aside aside uploading the thing no Mate money boom play other deals yes boom play had other deals. I know say boom play had a deal with medical exclusive deals with other artists. What you say if they are doing that ain't or meeting artists one is saying it is allowed, it is done, but there should also be a public knowledge of a baseline that will make any artist that says somewhere say nah for one to GMX because they give this better offer than Spotify.
And you think say as a company how my adwuma abedru my consultation ni nyina no omo ni bibisa na
it's not out there
but material means na material say
they are
about to
I think so money.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think so.
You think okay?
Yeah, I think
okay.
So.
I think so more.
I think so.
I think so.
But it should make
and when they roll out,
you see, so great. And they have been 18th of January. And they 18th.
Yeah,
so 30 days have September, April, June.
Yeah, I know. Say
when they 31 days for January.
I know. Say when they roll out, they will have a way of.
When are they rolling out? Because they said that the app will be effective in this month, January, right?
Yes.
That was what was said. We have barely 13 more days to end the month.
Yeah.
So when will they roll out? Do you have that?
I don't have the dates.
Yeah, sir. Say a week after Omo launch here because there were so many questions that we are hoping.
January date no nyan way.
Omo say 1 week after.
And no for the effect or no person just said the payment planning in after a week after launch.
Okay.
Because the common was that information should have come at the launch.
Yes.
And they were saying they would let us know after a week.
And they to when they do the rollouts no.
Yes, maybe
and let me see my point to be point of interest.
Me person me picking phone calls.
Oh, but point of interest. Some come we a bit technical. Who can say we don't need an app? Then what the industry don't need is an app.
Wasn't a priority.
It's not a priority.
Yes.
Name more royalties.
Like Gamro, na ba me aso be tuaka.
I beg to differ kakra because per industry standard and stature no. Me say oye nwom na royalties no residual benefits from the main thing. What am I say? The main thing the main market. Ni obe yusu and chen no. To say be a music radio yusu. Ubenya royalties wo obi afa nwom na yusu ubenya royalties. But we nwom na the main thing is obeton nwom no. What am I say? That is your market. So, and this platform is giving you that base for you to sell the song. So it is rather the priority as musicians, no, so that the royalties will be generated out of the usage. And the secondary one in here royalties, no, I was see a fixed idea, no, but artists should have a main market. That's all I wanted to.
But to put it out there, no. It's just our main market, no. What did that? Yeah, Audio Mac, Spotify.
But they are not.
They like in a country like Ghana, no. Artists no options needed that. Or options where in Crawford streaming needed that.
But they are not benefiting.
Or more benefit. Hey, check it.
Masa. That's how come we. You have artists, no. Masa. You need artists. Be akasa. Coffee don't go.
Oh, better.
Coffee don't go.
Oh, coffee don't go.
Benefit. Coffee don't go.
But the any new.
Oh, yeah, you must answer.
No, money.
Only artists here do man just oh yeah. Oh, jai. Masa, me say free coffee don't go to business here onya.
0302257901. Also bet to me a friend I watch wa drink e won komo na ya boni na ho. Baby could cause be 4 pe. Two will be kind of a friend wa kan.
Cool down, don't stop. Time they cool down, don't stop. Plenty enemies.
Okay. Hello, Odini baby, I'll pray for you. Hello. Yay. Hello. What's it mean? Car? Would you baby out for fee? Okay. It's here for number to me. I'm Freya 0302 257900 0302 25.
Creative arts, social issues, it borders on yeah daily lives, no. Yeah, a bit my account, and I think a lot of people have an opinion. I was asking, we want to know. Yeah, I think say people are sharing their opinion. I remember, hey, Jesus.
Hey, Tilly.
Hey.
Nyabotre. Asemba ye nyabotre.
I don't know, baby. Take your time, now, baby. Yeah, giddy, and ya giddy. New Year, that's so easy. Very soon you go pop champagne.